Good evening and welcome to LockDown LAN 61. We looks like we're doing Dungeon Defenders at least for the moment. We may switch later on. Who knows? I don't know. I have friends online. Oh wow, the friend system's broken. How am I signed out of the Steam chat? What? How can I be signed anyway? I may have to start again because apparently I can't invite you, which I assume is because I wasn't signed into friends when I ran Dungeon Defenders. You gotta love Steam, don't you? It's just it's a real high quality program. But yeah, so I wish there were more games. I'll say like Mindustry, but where you can have 1 player or 10 players, or it doesn't matter. I mean, it might get easier, but hey, that's computer games. But most computer games get easier when you put more players in, apart from Terraria. I say I'm enjoying our Terraria playthrough, but I remember how hard the mechanical bosses are, and I'm heavily leaning towards starting again with our current characters on an easy world, and just. Well, I mean, we can literally go and kill the Wall of Flesh. I mean, literally run down, kill Wall of Flesh, done. So, and then potentially come back to the hard mode once we've sort of polished off the medium mode. Just something I've been thinking about, really, because I like Dungeon Defenders. Right, so it's just you and me. Oh, and we have a Rebel as well. Hey, Reb, long time no see.
Hello.
How you doing?
Yeah.
That doesn't really answer my question. Would you like an invite? He'd like an invite. So that means we got a summoner. In that case, we should go see what level he is. What level are you? I saw your post about the face masks thing. Have you seen the photos from Jamaica, which have had a face mask law in for a while now? They are fantastic. So people are wearing face masks. Not properly. Sometimes around their neck, sometimes on their forehead, sometimes with holes cut in them.
But they are
wearing them. Yeah, because that's exactly what happens.
At my work, I have to wear one even though there's no one near me, as in within 100 meters of me. Because that's the policy and you will wear it. But fine, no problems. I'll do it.
I mean, to be fair, I was wearing one at the arcade, but only because I was doing spraying. Okay, we'll wallop through this one to warm up. So, Nightmare Hardcore Dread Dungeon should be easy peasy. Won't drop Myth, but we'll drop high. High trap. No, won't drop. I can't remember now. It may drop some upgrades. We'll see. Wrong character. So yeah, pretty much I can do this with a couple of bouncer towers to start with. Thank you. But yeah, I mean, I've been out a couple of times, and I just want to stay the hell away from people. It looks like what's happening. Loads of people are going out, going, "Yeah, we can go, we can do it light," and then they're going home and going, I wonder if I've got COVID now, and not going out again, because like today was really busy. But Starbucks, apparently, we're chatting with the owner because we are friends of Starbucks at Arcade Club, and they said they had loads of people for the first day. Then everyone went, nah. Any mana?
Nope, sorry.
Oh. Then I guess we'll give Chris the mana. We'll get because I'm not entirely confident we can do it without defenses. Item box. Right. So yeah, if you get the ogres from there and underneath the bridge. Don't forget you've got 2, and I'll get the ones down here. And then Tim will just take you the mana during the wave. We should absolutely pwn this one. We just want to get you back up to speed. Go on, go. It'll be us anyway. Just come and suck on my mana teat. ignore that. Oh yeah, I forgot there's a lot of gin on this difficulty. Normally I'm busy building towers, you see. Wait, have we done this difficulty?
No.
Are you sure? No, we have. We must have.
Not starting at this wave.
No, this is campaign. This isn't the other mode.
Oh, so many spiders.
Shit,
Oh, that tower's down. Spiders are killing me. Oh. And they're golden as well.
Alright, we're fine. There's one spider left. Right, that's fine, that's fine. Because now we've got... So, let's see how Chris's archers are. 20,000. Dora! Siffy, go to your bed where she never disturbs you. She never, ever, ever, ever goes near you when you're on your bed. And stop being a fuck, Dora. Yes, we've just dropped like, I don't know, God, I don't know how much mana, so we should have more than that. It should be fine. It's just that first wave. We don't have any buff towers because we don't have a EV at the moment, though I might be able to, I think I might have one. Deadly Striker that way, Deadly Striker this way. Lightning Tower there. Lightning Tower there. And we are getting mythical drops. That's actually an upgrade. Good lord. Really? Well, it's not more of a side grade. Chris, what are you wearing again? Tell me slowly. Oh, what, sorry? Your microphone's cutting in and out quite a lot today. Did you forget to...
Mythical leather.
Mythical. Oh, right, okay. There's a set of... nothing relevant for you then here. So I'll pop down 3 gas traps as well. And then it'll all be... because gas traps take out... pretty much stop everything apart from Ogre's dead. And the lightning trap takes out almost everything else. And obviously Chris's stuff is physical. Chris, feel free to physically use your archers as blockers. I think you've probably... have you got 20,000 health? How much am I... bounce blockades? Yeah, you've got almost a third of the health. With a few more levels, you'll actually have as much health in your bounce and your archers as I do my bouncer blockades. Oh, I didn't level an EV. God damn. Alright.
Oh, Twinket.
No, because I need to get buff towers, and that means... I want buff towers, but I can't get buff towers. Dora, stop it. Oh shit, we got 9 seconds. Fuck. I'm on the wrong character. I said Dora's not malicious, she's now just pouncing on a bit of rug.
Can I have some mana, please?
Alright, I just... I may have underestimated how important the EV boost is. It's more than double the tower. Strength, health, everything. Max, if you're not killing ogres, come over here and kill ogres. Don't worry about anything else.
Okay.
Everything else is always irrelevant. Towers always deal with everything apart from ogres. Yeah, they are walloping the hell out of my stuff. But like at all points, if you're not killing an ogre, check and see if there's an ogre on the map. And if there is, go and murder it in the face.
In the face. See, I thought it was supposed to murder them in the arse because they were just like they would get them to turn around or something.
Well, yes, but obviously you don't continue to murder it in the arse. You get it to. Why am I on this character? Get out the one. Okay. 54 kills. I'm given we don't have a Brian at the minute. I'll just pop down Deadly Striker there. Giving us 3DU. Murder anything you like, Laura, except your brother. Can we get this bouncer blockade upgraded at all, by the way? Because that was at star level and still went down.
Oof. I've only got 370 mana left. Let's see if there's any more mana knocking around.
No, there won't be enough. I'll hang around that one then. I did realise by the last night we were very stupid. That was the last time we could do the event. We should have got our skins. Oh well.
The events for
what's it called? Cartel event. Stopped at midnight.
Oh.
I was like, oh yeah, oh well.
So irritating.
We should have done them, got the skins, and then turned it off. But we didn't. But yeah, I'm sure we've done this before, but it seems to be very.
Do you want to switch characters?
I am on the right character.
Alright, fine, cool.
Seriously, fuck spiders. Did we do this? I mean, I got an ogre here with 4.5 million health, and I'm like... He also landed on the wrong side of the bounce blockade, so thanks, Goblin Copter. Shit.
Do spiders attack crystals or just
No, just us.
Just us. Okay.
Just us in towers. I've lost both Deadly Strikers here. Like, we have definitely done this. Because we had a score.
Shit.
I do like, by the way, you can farm. If there's an ogre that's not going to do anything of note, you can farm it for a lot of mana. With a genie on. Well, I levels, so that's cool. So I have got some gear of the next rank, but I haven't been able to use it yet. Well, I need to get to 80 something.
Can you put a new bouncer back down?
Oh, yes. Yeah, they actually land. I'll put it a bit further. They actually landed on this side of it. Which is obviously more than a little bit tricky to... And I lost all of my defense towers. That's it, I'm out of DU. gives me better player stats. Huntress Guardian speeds up attack rate. Okay, let's go with that. Just so you know, all 4 of these are not upgraded at all. I'll tell you what, let's go back. Let's stick to the genie then, because those towers not being upgraded is going to hurt.
Can I use your mana you just dropped?
Please do. Yeah, I'm just putting another genie back on.
25 seconds, guys.
I am ready to go. I will just try and continue to upgrade those towers as we go on. At least they said the. Do you know how much mana? This is a lot of mythical. I don't. Maybe we didn't do this. I'm sure we did.
If you have a score for it, you must have done.
Well, yeah, but maybe I was wrong. Maybe I don't know. That was only 9 million mana we got for doing that wave, so that's not. Right, Chris, some money for you.
Thank you.
There's so many ogres, djinns, everything over here. But good luck.
Afraid I can't heal that deadly cycle in time.
It's alright, Max will kill everything, won't you, Max?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, go down to the gas trap. To your left. There's a djinn behind you. Good shot. Where is the... Oh, there's an ogre at the back. Yeah. My DST was busy charging up. Oh, well, that was lucky. The bouncer blockade went there too.
Wow.
Yeah, left a bunch of stuff as well.
It's okay.
I'm sure Max will shoot everything.
I can just about manage it, yeah. It's hard actually because this gun is a rapid firing gun but not terribly accurate, so you have to sort of spray and pray. Whereas the spider gun, you can just sort of aim it vaguely in the enemy direction and you know one of the projectiles will hit eventually.
Well, I mean, I have got that ultimate that we got, but obviously it needs a lot of money spending on it. I got a supreme weapon.
Oh wow, what level does speed use it?
80 something. I want to say 86, might be 88. Okay, why have we got 16 spare DU? What have I forgotten?
Oh, we lost 2 bouncer blockades.
Yep, they're both back. We also lost a deadly striker tower.
Yeah.
Like, ogres are what's killing us, so I will...
Yeah, they just whack the main towers so been hard.
Well, make sure you focus them as priority. And I said, honestly, the lightning towers will take out 99% of anything that's not an ogre in one shot.
Okay, so prioritise upgrading them then.
Now, prioritise killing the ogres.
Someone gonna run around behind me collecting the mana I can collect and then drop. I mean, my djinn drops so much mana, it's crazy. But yeah, the lightning tower is doing. It's
done 451 kills. They're crazy. So basically, just to say, if you don't see an ogre, go somewhere else and find an ogre. They to be honest, you should probably deal with this one, because this is where most of the ogres come from, the goblin copters. My gun just is not quite cutting it. Hopefully, Chris, you should get enough money off this round to upgrade all your gear if you haven't. Oh, Neresia, why is it not automatic? I swear, every time I change it, I play a different game.
Mana, please.
Spiders. Fuck me.
Yeah, the spiders are OP.
Ogres at the other side. Remember, no ogres, switch sides.
Yeah, I think this gun isn't piercing, which is irritating.
Oh, that is rubbish. Okay, Jin's on the other side. And an ogre. Jin just focused on my spike trap because he's an idiot. Ogre north. On the bridge. On the bridge, Max.
Trying, I've got spidered. I'm dead. Bloody spiders.
Yeah, Neresia, I use Restream and it's supposed to set the game I'm playing and doesn't. Or at least doesn't do a very good job of it. And then Facebook and Mixer can only choose certain games. So, for example, I can choose popular games like Borderlands 2, but I can't choose Borderlands 3. I wasn't really expecting to lose this round, I have to say. I'm sure we've done it before. But you made lots of money, right, Chris? And you haven't upgraded your gear fully, right, Chris? So
Yeah, not upgraded fully now.
you can just spunk all your money, mostly on health. I mean, your damage isn't bad, but the mobs are just dying. If we do this round, I will laugh, by the way. There's a golden... okay, so over to the other side, Tim, to the north, left of the bridge. And they are getting Deadly Striker, but all your archers are dead.
That's mad.
Well, if Baka doesn't turn up, what I suggest we do is we do this again on much easier, and I will bring an EV. We lose any bounce blockades?
Yes.
Oh.
Usually the first to go, to be honest.
Well, they are on the front.
They're on the front line, yeah.
Yeah. Just one? Yeah, we lost one bounce blockade. Oh no, we lost two.
Yeah.
I'll put some further forwards, so hopefully...
The gas traps do seem to mitigate it a bit.
The gas traps stop everything apart from ogres. I need some mana if anyone's got some. Oh, I just found some.
Oh, I've got quite a bit.
So I noticed that, I'll tell you what can I afford? 11. 3 plus 7, that's 11. Nearly. Oh, that's 12 for that though, it's 5.
All-in-wall turrets, or are they too expensive?
That character's spec for not spec for Oh, we got no more mana.
I have 500.
Ah, that's alright, I got some here, thank you. Just trying to work out where to put this. I'll put it here. I wonder if I can hit stuff on the bridge as well. Oh, 38 seconds. Anyway, decent-ish money. We lost an ethereal spike trap too, didn't we? Has anyone got any mana so I can build a spike trap quickly?
Yep.
Not that it's brilliant, but it's better than a kick in the unmentionables. Right, I will head to the bridge.
As soon as you have max realism, you could pass it on to me. I will get to work upgrading.
What annoys me is I got spidered while standing next to a bunch of archers. Ogres this side, Max.
Coming.
The big bounces. Right, thank you. Right, cool.
Two ogres my side.
Bloody spiders.
Go invisible.
Bloody gun's doing something.
That bounce trap's been rammed out of the way.
That's what sharkins do.
Sharkins do, yeah.
That's what the gas trap's supposed to be for.
Didn't work perfectly in that case.
There's a gap when it doesn't fire, so there is a window. Oh, goblin copter. Not my best swear word, it has to be said.
Stair bounce trap's gone.
Ogres to the south, Max. Oh, and then one in front of you. Yeah, get that one, then go south. Go play with the spiders!
I'm not trying to, it's them. They like me so much. It must be my deodorant.
So yeah, TLDR, EVs are stupidly not optional. Should be alright, don't think we'll get many more ogres now. The magic missile tower by the lower stairs is in trouble, the north stairs. Oh, we have no lightning tower. Okay, you need to head to the south because there's no lightning tower left. So all these mobs, as soon as that gas trap's gone, they're all going to wander to the crystal.
Okay,
yeah, loop round, take a right. That's it. Go up the stairs, take a left. Take a left. Left, that's it. Down there. Full of spiders. Yep. Hashtag map hacks. 2 spiders, then you win. Pressing shot. Woo.
There we are.
And there you were thinking, no, we wouldn't do it.
I was. Okay. Let me have a brief wander around on my character. What do I wear? I wear mail.
There's a benefit to me here.
95. Ah, now that's an upgrade. Awesome. So yeah, I do try and pay attention to the back end of Dungeon Defenders a bit, and the upgrade system apparently breaks when you've got more than 30 upgrade levels. The recommendation system, it just doesn't work. It's not as good as it could be. It's literally, it doesn't work. They never bothered to fix it.
What's that? You've got 30 levels difference.
No, if you've got more than 30 upgrade levels, basically if it's above godly, its upgrade doesn't really work. If nothing else, it's no point showing me an upgrade if it's not a the same type as my bonus.
Yes.
It'd have to be so much better. I would just equip an entire set of gear of the wrong type. These shoes are pretty good. Leather shoes here.
On my way.
They're all it's got
Checking
four.
down here.
It's got 4 tower stats. Is the important point.
What do you wear?
I wear mail.
I'm not trained in.
So these are a little bit worse, but do have 108 upgrade levels. I might get those and promise myself I'll go and spend all the upgrade levels on health, because that gains me a bunch of, to be fair, yeah, I will. Let's do that. Yeah, come check these boots out, Chris, so then I can walk somewhere else.
They're not actually as good as the ones I'm wearing.
Oh,
By quite a margin, but thank you.
well, fine then.
Okay, I think I'm ready to move on.
Cool. Well, we did do that. That was a little touch and go. So that's not bad. 5 million XP for that. So we'll do that on hard, which should be extremely easy, and that should still give us a chunk of XP. And I will bring my EV, or I will make an EV. So we're not. The reason this level particularly is it's a really simple setup, and it's small, so you can actually have a DPSer really help. Whereas the larger levels, not so much. This was the first level in Dungeon Defender's Eternity, and it's very nicely done. The level. And it's weird they put it into this game with such a massive XP scaler, but I ain't going to complain. But this should be a complete walk in the park by comparison. Swap hero, create hero. Electra. Okie dokie, Electra. No. Shut your face. No, not you. I wasn't talking to you. No one is ever talking to you. So what I want rate and health. Pretty much just health. Like any pet I can equip. Yes, a robot. Wow, which gives me a robot. Oh wow! So this robot gives me 400 tower health, 400 tower rate, but negative 500 health. Taking my health.
When you're level 1.
140. Because it limits you to 0. So yeah, it's a weird pet. Given that I'm not actually expecting to do anything other than, like, I don't even have a gun right now. Now a smart man, you see, would have plugged a second pad in. Oh, I plugged a second pad in. Now, does the game allow you to plug pads in midway? Yes, it does. I'd say it's surprising how many games don't, but I've written games and it's a nightmare to support, how can I put it, randomly appearing pads. Okay. I'll go on my apprentice and we'll get the towers down, and I will just soak up some XP for the buff towers. Apparently the Jester can equip 2 Hunter's weapons as well, but I've never played a Jester other than, alright, you have a bunch of new traps I can't bother to learn. Apparently she's got some random roll, like a Wheel of Fortune, that could be quite funny. Bear in mind, Max, it should be easy. As I said, I can do no DPS. I have to do that. I don't know if you've seen the speed of my gun. It's awesome, but I have to pull the trigger.
Oh,
screw that. But the speed of it's just broken and awesome. Anyway, literally, just do a salvo. Get me some mana. Mana. I have none. Any mana is good. Mana.
Oh yeah.
Literally, I'm
Run away from me.
I was literally standing in you. That was close. Oh no, wait, the other thing. It's like 20 DU left. Don't know why I'm worried. The lightning tower should... It's probably just I need a lightning tower and a... whatever it is, darkness, and that's it.
Is Electra leveled, by the way? Oh yeah, 16.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do I have any mana? Oh, hold on. I do.
Yes.
Sorry, I have mana. Summon. Oh, I need level 20 for a buff beam anyway. I didn't want to have any chance of losing. I just want to completely curb stomp this level. I'll also switch to my this guy because he needs 7 million XP. We'll get about 1 million XP off this, give or take. So, Chris, you excited for Orcs Must Die 3?
Not particularly.
Oh, fine.
Should I be?
Well, I like
something really cool about it.
Well, Orcs Must Die 1 and 2 were great. Orcs Must Die Unchained was not, though. No, I'm actually going to set up a Stadia account to play it because it's a Stadia exclusive. It's the first one I've actually cared about. The same thing.
My only response to that would be, oh dear.
It'll play fine. I mean, it's primarily a trap game. It's like this. It doesn't make any difference if you're playing it with a fraction of lag.
That's true. It's just I don't think that platform has any longevity.
Well,
Central Stadia, that.
the problem is Google are quite famed for going, no, that was shit, let's drop it. But yeah. usually,
killed by Google.com.
Well, usually it's not a released project. They usually kill stuff before it's released, as a sort of a rule.
They release stuff and keep it in beta for years and years and years.
Yes, but it's when they do hardware.
Gmail was beta for nearly a decade.
Yeah, well, that's because they just misuse the word beta. But hardware, I think they're not quite as bad at, are they?
I don't know.
What's the Google VR headset?
The what? Yeah, but that never got released. The Daydream. Well, there was the Google Cardboard, sort of, and then there was the Google Glass, but that was never actually released. Like that
Looked good though, or conceptually it sounded good.
Well, I mean, the Google glasses are out there, but they're out there for like large companies use them to like do augmented reality in warehouses and cool stuff like that. But it's not used in the way that they originally envisaged, because everyone went, not sure we want to have people walking around with cameras strapped to them the whole time. But I don't know of any hardware Google's killed off. Certainly not hardware that's actually released. But I mean, I played OnLive loads. I loved OnLive. It was absolutely brilliant. Like, just it worked so well. It was such a good idea, and it was massively let down by absolutely atrocious selection of games and no discount for at all. So I could buy the same game on Steam or OnLive, and I'm like, well, at that point, I'll get it on Steam. So that was definitely not a good business decision from OnLive. But I said, if you give it enough time, I'm sure that all game will be cloud-based. At some point in the future, whenever that is, 50 years from now. Because Stadia is doing all sorts of clever stuff about branching and then sending you the predicted frame and all sorts of fun stuff, which will get better over time.
There are certain limits you can't get around.
Okay,
input lag.
But
there is a certain physical amount of time between you pressing a key,
right,
and that system can possibly receive it.
Absolutely. And how much time do you think between pressing a key and seeing it on screen do you normally get?
Well, there's normally about 150 seconds. 150 milliseconds.
150 seconds. So wait.
Rendering delay on modern monitors.
Yeah. Okay. So there's that, and then you've got double buffering. So take that into account, but possibly triple buffering. But let's say double buffering. So that's another 16 to 32 milliseconds. And then you've got the fact the game will only run around in a single loop, accumulating the physics inputs. Then you have to simulate the inputs. So you're looking at most games having sort of an 8 to 12 frame rendering latency. I mean, if you're going with 150 millisecond screen latency, you're talking there about, crikey, 20 plus frames of latency.
Yeah, I mean, again, it depends on the system.
Yeah.
If you're on a monitor that's, like on a display port, then that's going to be next to nothing.
Well, no,
it's paying for a TV.
No, this is the thing. So I first found about this on Dirt 2 because we were doing a lot of work on input latency. So in that one, you press the handbrake button on frame A, frame 1. The game reads it on frame 2. It passes it onto the physics engine on frame 3. The game starts to simulate that physics on frame 4. It gets results back on frame 5. It then passes that to the rendering system on frame 6, which then sits in the double buffer to frame 7. I think we had a 7 frame latency, which is really good. That's 7 frames at 30 frames a second. That's really, really, really good. 7 at 30, that's 280 milliseconds, something like that. And that's well within what I would expect to be able to get to a data center and back again, 280 milliseconds.
Well,
I'd hope.
The thing is, when you're talking about that, you're talking about you press the key, the system will take a few milliseconds to read that through anyway, just like local hardware, etc., and process that through. You're then putting it on a line that's going to take a good internet line built in the country you're in, 20, 25 milliseconds to get to wherever it's going. It's going to have to, decapsulate that and read it into the system and then process that through.
Yeah.
So you are adding, if you're running at 60 frames a second, you're adding, I don't know now, what's that, 12 milliseconds a frame?
16 milliseconds. Look at this. I did it. So I have further stories, but yeah, 16 milliseconds per frame is what you should be aiming for.
So you're adding 3 frames?
Which is nothing. So the important thing is, and this is the bit that everyone seems to miss in this discussion, latency is not important. What is important is the consistency of the latency. If it's sometimes 1 frame and sometimes 10, you will have a horrible gaming experience.
Yeah.
If it's always 150, you won't. I mean, you probably played Half-Life Deathmatch, you played Team Fortress, you played Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
Do you remember then? Because when you shot a gun, you had to wait for the server.
I used to play 56k modems.
Yeah, you had to wait for the server to go, yep, that's cool. Don't know if you remember, because stuff like that was server authoritative. So you had to wait for the server to go, yep. And we did it. We didn't complain. Now, the thing is, stuff like Street Fighter, I mean, they're down in the 3 to 4 frame latency. And at that point, you are going to start to notice it being on up on a remote server. But for a game like this, I guarantee you could not notice. You just couldn't. And then, obviously, when I was working on DJ Hero, at that point, we had to get as close to frame accurate as we could. So you play.
Didn't those rhythm action games have like you could tune down what accepted input latency was there?
Yes. Yeah.
You had to hit the thing.
Yes. You basically you would press the button and then the game would try and assume that you're pressing the buttons a little bit late and it would pretend you pressed it a bit earlier. Essentially, yeah. So this was DJ Heroes, which is obviously a rhythm action game, and ideally you want same frame rate sort of stuff. Hey back. I said hi. We can invite you after this round. But so Chris, you're playing on a piece. Are you playing on a gamepad or a keyboard and mouse?
Not me.
Yeah.
Keyboard and mouse at the moment.
Wired or wireless?
This is wired.
So do you
I tend not to have wireless gear.
Yeah, I don't too. But do you have an Xbox? Do you have a console, a PS4 or an Xbox? No. Okay. Let's just assume you did for sake of this discussion.
Oh. Well, I tell a lie. I have a PlayStation 3 downstairs and uses a Blu-ray player.
Right, but
I think I have Last of Us on it.
If you're on any modern console, there's almost no such thing as a wired controller, and this has always annoyed me. The concept of having a wireless controller for no reason at all definitely adds latency. Definitely, there's no two ways about it. Like modulating radio energy is a fundamentally rubbish thing to do.
I don't think it does now.
It's still adding, but it's also adding in an unknown and random amount. So if your button press doesn't make it through, it will resend it when the failure rate comes through. And if your neighbour's microwave kicks off, you'll end up with the latency. So all these things come into play. But the thing is, as I see all these arguments in Eurogamer, and everyone just ignores all of the actual problems and how it is already done and assumes. And I've seen Eurogamer talking about CRTs with 0 latency. I'm like, dude, you don't even know how a CRT works. Like, you have to wait for it to draw from top to the bottom.
And
like, what the hell?
The second thing is that it's your eye that actually makes the frame. It doesn't actually stay on the screen. It's your eye that's telling you it's there.
Yeah, I watched the slow-mo guys when they did the CRT.
It's gone,
it was incredible. Like, I was under the impression that if you were to take a photograph of a CRT, most of it would be there. But it's not. It's an inch.
A third or something.
It's not that. It's like an inch.
Well, it depends on your frame rate. It depends on the
exposure time and so forth. Yeah.
No. If your exposure time is 0, how much phosphorescence latency is there? I would have assumed half a screen, a third of a screen. It's about an inch. It's shocking how little of the screen actually is lit up at any one time on a CRT. Obviously not on a TFT. So it's if you've not seen it, they've done a fantastic video where they did Mario on a CRT and then watched it draw, and it's like, holy shit, I really did not think it was like that. Also, hey Rob.
Hello.
Why did Baka join in, say hi, we said hi, and then leave and start bitching in the chat? Someone needs a nap, I think.
I tell a lie, I do actually have, just remember, I do actually have some wireless Xbox controllers. I take them for lunch.
Ah.
But the one that's on here is wired. Mostly because I'm lazy, I don't like charging batteries.
But on the Xbox, it's reasonably rare to have any concept of a wired controller. You can get them, but they're not very common at all. And yet, and that means every Xbox player is suffering some random latency amount.
By the way, I don't charge batteries for my Xbox controller.
You don't charge them?
No. Definitely don't charge them. They go bang if you charge them, I'm told.
What? I'm confused.
Chris said he doesn't charge batteries. He didn't want to charge batteries for his remote Xbox controller.
Well, yeah, but hold on. I think you're conflating two issues here.
No, I'm just trying to wind him up.
All right. I was going to say, because the charging circuit on the Xbox, I don't think charges anything other than plug and charge kits. I believe.
You can't recharge my batteries.
Why
I
not?
don't use rechargeable batteries.
Why
You
do you
can't recharge normal batteries, they go bang.
Why do you hate the environment?
They don't care. They're fucking... bleh. Also, they're bloody expensive.
They're way cheaper than non-rechargeables. What are you talking about?
Last time I looked, they were bloody expensive. I mean, I don't want cheap nasty
Wait, hold on.
Good quality ones.
How many times can you use a non-rechargeable battery?
Yes, once, obviously.
How many times can you use a rechargeable battery?
Don't know.
About 1,000. Definitely cheap. Oh, wait, so not cheaper if you're only going to use them once, but that would be very silly. Man,
the amount of use they get, it's you know.
Well, I mean,
I've got loads of other batteries in the house already.
Yeah, I mean, on an Xbox pad, I mean, you'll get through a set of batteries every couple of evenings of use, I guess, something like that.
And also, batteries aren't that recyclable. Full stop.
Which batteries? Because
either you can't recycle them because the materials are knackered. To be in a battery.
So you're definitely right on alkaline batteries. On lithium ion, I mean, there's a lot of recycled lithium ion because lithium is becoming quite a valuable material. So there is definitely recycling of lithium batteries. I mean, of
the batteries that are made into other batteries, it's like 3% recycled battery. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's more of a virtue signal than anything useful. But yeah, the recycling of lithium is becoming a major industry because there's a lot of lithium, and if you can get lithium cheap from somebody else, that's really good money. Oh, you got this thing with cars. You've got cars now. They're talking about cars that will have batteries that have been through 4 cars, and they're talking about million-mile batteries, which is because their car batteries are really good. They're not like the ones in your phone, which are as cheap as they can possibly get away with.
Yeah.
I'd like to see some of that tech come back to mobile phone, like car battery tech. I guess
batteries that actually lasted a decent amount of time.
Well, I mean.
Just remember the good old days, as it were, the old phones. They would last a week. You wouldn't need to charge them every day. I charged it, last week, and it's fine still.
True, but very importantly, how often did you look at that phone? You wouldn't have checked it like 10 times a day like you do these days.
Its primary function still functions as a phone. I don't use my mobile phone that much. I'm not like constantly on it like some people are.
Yeah, it is connected to the Wi-Fi. It is pulling down like Facebook updates, and
not without my permission. It's not.
But it will be checking for what Wi-Fi's are around.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. But yeah,
unless I turn them off.
I'm just spending money. I'm just trying to get more health in my gear. Are you awake now, Baka?
Not really. But...
Ah, bless. We just did Nightmare Hardcore something brother, and it was touch and go. Let's put it that way. I can't remember what it was now. Duck Dread Dungeon.
The assassin is uploaded.
Oh, cool. How many upgrade levels do you have? 84. Why do I have a unicorn on this character? Are you joining us or are you going back to bed?
What's going on here?
Currently we are spending all the money we earned, but if you're joining, I think we're going to have to do City in the Cliffs, because that's 6 player. Rob, did you not get a headset with your new
computer?
Right, see, what we heard there was... That's literally what you sound like. Please, someone back me up.
I listen to myself on YouTube and see what I sound like.
I'm not joking. That's literally what I'm hearing from you. I thought you bought a headset with your new computer. I thought that was part of the... Yeah, so Max, I got 2 ultimate weapons, I think, and an ultimate plus. Yeah, brilliant. Ultimate's on...
What's Ultimate Plus?
100.
Oh, that's really high level.
That's level 100. Yeah, it came from doing... what did we do? It was not Arcane Library. Yes, it was Arcane Library. Arcane Library on Nightmare, I think. No, not Nightmare. We got our ass whooped on Nightmare.
And it sounded fine from here.
Okay. Sounded fine from here. You've got either you need to turn. Are you on a headset? Or are you on? Or are you using your phone again? Because
I'm not using my phone again.
All I'm hearing is noise cancellation, not person.
It's like you're talking at it from a long distance away.
It's like he's got speakers on and he's getting feedback, and it's turning off the feedback and turning him off with it. But yeah, I swore a headset was on part of your gun. Okay, so I'm going to use this gun from now on because it's the best thing ever.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Yep, what?
It's a good gun.
Well, I'd like a good version of the gun. Doesn't that allow 6 people, that mission?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know. But if only I had a... Oh, no, that doesn't show. Oh, it might do. Let's have a look. What was it called? Karatiki Jungle, was it? It wasn't Akatiki Jungle, was it? It was something else. Akatiki Jungle does not support 6. Actually, no, it does say in game, doesn't it? Let's look. Because I did want that, but yeah, we just got... I don't know what difficulty we tried it on, but it wasn't happening. I did it on easy, and even that was a bit of a struggle. Large challenges? Was it the Lost Quest? No, no. I think it may have been a campaign. I swear, every time someone complains about my UI in any game, I'm just going to say, still better than... oh, it was Rumble in the Jungle. Doesn't say how many players it supports, so I assume 4. Max, Brian, you didn't actually respond. Are you coming to join us, or are you meandering off to bed or to like eat shoes or something?
I haven't decided. I'm sitting here doing nothing right now, so... Actually, I was listening to the Assassin. Did a good job.
Did they? Awesome. I will probably get to hear her about 3 o'clock tomorrow after I've gone through the first set.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Item box. Yeah, so I could do with leveling it up to so I can use. I've got a level 93 crossbow that I can't use, a level 90 grenade launcher with 386 upgrade levels that I can't use, and a level 100 weapon which I can't use, which is potentially extremely good. Although not necessarily.
Hard to join without invites.
Yeah, but I need to know you want to join because then I have to select a 6-player map in order to be able to invite you.
Right. How do I sound now?
You sound better now.
Still a bit roomy.
Rummy's fine. At least we can hear him.
So what I did was, instead of figuring out what kind of camera and microphone and stuff I wanted, I just got the cheapest thing I could possibly find, which would actually work. Apparently work was a relative term.
Be taking that off your hands.
Relative to what? The size of your steeple?
Relative to your expectations, I guess. Because technically you could hear me.
Could we there?
Yes.
Yes, but now we can actually hear you and less complaining from Adam. So that means this one works better.
Wait, could everybody else genuinely understand what he said? Are you telling that it's just my PC adding noise cancellation to his voice?
No, it was mumble for me as well. Definitely listening. I do a lot of voice comms for office work, and it was mumbly, I can't hear you. Which is why offices generally issue headphones for their voice comms.
No, it was mumbly. I'm saying it's working now because you're not complaining.
I'm using the microphone on my Mac right now, which is sitting beside me, as opposed to the crappy little webcam microphone.
Well, of course, yeah.
So that'd be miles away from your mouth as well,
Yeah.
don't mind.
Did you not? But I thought you bought a headset with your new PC.
I didn't buy a headset. Well, I don't want to buy a headset, actually. I want to get a microphone which is good enough that I don't need to use one. So I'll find something that's, I don't know, directional or not shite.
Mod mic.
The real problem you've got with anything that's not a headset mic is you need to put it somewhere. So I've got mine on a microphone stand, but I can't put it on my desk because when I type, you can hear it booming up the microphone stand, and that's when you then need like the rubber shock mounts and stuff, and it all starts getting annoying.
Well, I mean, the one I've got now is in my laptop, and that does fine. It does fine when I'm typing on it as well, actually. So.
Do any of the Lost Quests support 6 players?
Line dimension?
As I've said, I don't mind doing that once, I only want to do it once. And I don't want to spend 2 hours doing it on easy, and then we won't get the rewards. It's a long process. Great, Temple of Water, Temple of Polybius. I'm not even sure, quite frankly, I'm not even sure it supports... Right, it doesn't actually say. Don't even think it supports more than 4 players anyway. Tinker's Lab. City in the Cliffs, which we did on hard, but not insane. What's the City in the Cliffs? Should we go City in the Cliffs insane? Next step up from where we were? Something's a level we all know.
To do 6 players or
it does 6 players, which is why I'm suddenly we can go from about 200 maps to about 8. So this is a difficulty up from what we did it on last time. I don't know if we've ever done it on. I don't know if we've tried it on this difficulty, but it's only, quote unquote, only insane.
It is really nice to play this on a machine that's actually vaguely responsive.
Yeah, I mean, we could possibly play Ashes of the Singularity, because did you grab it when it was free?
I did.
Good. There's possibly that. That was... See, I didn't actually realise it was a real game. I genuinely thought it was just an AMD tech demo. Because they just kept touting it like, this is the way to run it with new DX12, blah, blah, blah. I didn't realise it was a TA rip-off, or I would have probably played it.
I got it because you said it was a TA-like game.
I've never played it. I only found out it was a TA-like game when they went, hey, the TA-like game, Ashes of Singularity, is now free. And I'm like, oh, I better grab that then.
Right, now I can actually play. I need to remember where to put all the things.
Wait a moment.
It's quite a nice game, although the area control thing is a bit frustrating.
The what control, sorry?
So you basically can only move into new areas when you control the supply lines, basically. Very much like, remember, bit like they did a game called Z.
Z, oh god, yes.
Yeah.
Z?
Z? Whatever.
Don't you, whatever me. We're British, sir, it's Z. The only exception is ZZ Top, because if you call them ZZ Top, it just sounds ridiculous.
Actually spelled ZED, I believe.
Yeah, Z is an excellent game, though. Really, really, really good. I don't remember the supply line stuff, though. Esme, I did chuck you an invite, by the way, because we are actually in a 6-player map.
So yeah, basically you control the map by taking over areas, and the areas are connected by supply lines.
Wait, did I build this lightning tower? Rob, just very quickly, what's your tower stats? Just to the nearest 500 is fine.
I do not know.
Well, press escape. Press I.
This is attack range 18.5. Attack
No,
damage.
no. I need his stats because I don't know them.
Which?
Oh, your stats. Press I. Yeah.
100, 400, 600, 400.
Okay. I'm 1,000, 1,500, 1,000, 600. So shall I build the towers? I can't sell it.
I built one over by the big cliff as well, so I'll go sell that one.
Sorry, I feel like I've stolen your thunder. It's probably going to be quite hard though, and I just realised we are about to run out of time, so I should.
Right now, there's nobody. Oops. Okay. No.
So we have almost no defences whatsoever here, like just nothing.
We have an 84 summoner.
No, we've got almost nothing. I'll drop my mana there for you. There you go.
Thank you. I'm not going to get to place it.
Well,
Chuck some mana down.
Fatherly duties.
Rob, where are you? I can't see you on the map. Okay, you're over there. There you go, Rob. Stop building some towers. So I have changed my config file since we last did this map, so I would be curious to know if you guys are still experiencing. Rob, careful, there's a... Never mind.
I'll go for that, boss.
Mana, please. Right.
And so far, so easy. So I'd be happy to get this map under under farm status because it's got an extremely good loot scaler.
Lag.
Really? There's only one mob on the level. Oh, we haven't had anyone complain of lag since I changed those files. So I'm kind of hoping. Yeah. Oh, my sound's just gone. Can someone say something?
Hello.
Oh, oh my god.
We can.
And maybe you can hear me again now. Can I hear you?
Hello.
I can hear you.
Yay. How are you doing anyway, Esmia? I noticed we're running out of room on our island. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. If you have checked transport back in, but I think you have over the day, you'll notice we are very much running out of room, aren't we?
I am beginning to think it doesn't pause.
No, I just think you've just spent a lot of time on it, and I've dipped in and out. I'm sure it pauses, but the only way to find out is to like start a game and then everyone has to promise not to join. Because don't forget, if you go and check for 10 minutes and then log off for 1 minute, and then I check 5 minutes later, and then someone else checks 5 minutes later. Back at these towers are pointless. Nothing comes down here.
Well, there was an archer shooting it last time, and that's why that crystal's at half health.
An archer? Really?
Really? See that crystal's at half health?
I assumed it would have been one of the ogres dropped in.
Nope, it was an archer.
But mobs don't go down that path, so I'm confused how it got there. Okay. What hit the crystal?
It's a wyvern.
I'll drop some mana there then. I'll get some more DSTs up for wyverns. Wyverns? Wyvern? I don't know. They're not real, so I guess it doesn't matter. Like Republicans.
Hey, Verns.
Like Republicans. I always thought those people that own pubs.
Genuinely, I mean somehow, I could not tell you honestly what the political party Trump was. I couldn't tell. I don't know. I don't know the difference between them. I don't really care.
His own.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay, fair enough then.
I did see this video which I legitimately thought was a parody.
Oh my god!
Because somebody has out-trumped Trump.
What did he say? What? Who said? Wait.
She.
Oh, was it?
I'll find you the video.
Apparently, that's the no political comments. I've seen pictures of Brian's dogs. Yeah, they can bark all they like, but they're not that scary. They're a lot less scary than they just sounded.
That sounded pretty frightening.
Yeah.
Over modding the microphone.
No, there's a guy that he takes political videos, UK and American ones, and what he does, he pretends that he's feeding in their lines, and that they're messing them up. Because I've watched some of the, I haven't watched any of the daily coronavirus briefings. I genuinely have better things to do with my life, like anything but that. And holy shit, they're atrocious. Just ministers going, like he said, and remember, stay at home, protect the NHS, save lives. And then he paused and went, unless you're in the Isle of Wight, the Isle of Man, and then went, but also stay at home there, but install the app. And it's just like, holy shit, because normally you end up with a situation that people who are public speakers end up rising up a long way in public office. But in the UK, quite recently, our currently controlling party sacked nearly everyone. So it's all basically a bunch of fucking mates involved now. And a lot of them are quite junior ministers, should we say, quite junior level people who really shouldn't be in the position they're in. And they're atrocious public speakers. Dominic Cummings, it's just embarrassing just seeing him squirm underneath a reporter who was really, really not happy with what he'd done and was not letting up in the slightest. And I drove to Barnard's Castle to test my eyesight. She's like, why didn't you drive somewhere close then? He goes, well, you see, because, well, in retro, we didn't think of it. Like, what the fuck? Did you not understand the questions someone might be asking you and have them all on a bit of paper in advance? The Trump stuff. Oh my god. There was one, he was talking about the Bible, and someone just said to him, what's your favourite passage in the Bible? What's your favourite, your favourite psalm or verse? And he goes, well, I like all of it, really. I like it. I think it's all the same, it's all my favourite, really. Like, what?
That's not a thing.
But what? Just name over and one about it. And he basically, for about a minute, said, I don't want to do specifics. Just keep. I just want to do general. And it's like, Yeah, even if you just said, "Oh, John 3:14."
16.
But basically, if you said that,
I meant it's
90% of people probably would have
Austin
gone.
3:16.
They would have gone, oh, okay, fine. No one would have gone, oh, hold on a minute. Very few people would have bothered to look it up. But everyone who watched that video goes, you lying fuck.
I'm trying to keep all of the nasties on.
Maybe I was thinking of Austin 3:16.
So the video I've done to you
Thank
is 16 seconds long, and it is absolutely fucking astounding.
Where did you send it to me?
Definitely Austin 3:16.
On the Discords. I'll watch after this round.
For God so loved the world that whoever believes in his Son shall not die but have eternal
Wait,
life.
what, was that 3:14?
It's a well-known verse.
Was that 3:14?
16.
What's 3:14?
16.
What's
That's a
3:14?
bit before that.
Yeah, but what is it? What's 3:14?
What the fuck should I know?
My point is,
16.
this is my point. He could have gone John 3:14,
Yes.
and about 6 people would have bothered looking it up. Everyone else would have gone, cool. And
I don't know, there's enough Bible bastards out there to fucking know it.
It would get looked at. It would
yeah,
get
but
scrutinised.
what he said was just so fucking obvious.
Garbage.
I can't even
I'm
name
not a
one.
Bible believer. I'm not a Bible reader.
No, which is
Yeah.
something he
Pretty
claims to be.
Yeah.
To be
So you
fair,
should definitely have a favourite. Everyone has a favourite if they study the Bible for more than about 5 seconds.
yeah, even if it's just the first one, you just go, oh, Genesis 1:1. There you go.
124.
It's a good verse.
But I mean,
that one that's the shortest one. Jeez, wept.
Yeah.
I don't think that's Genesis 1:1.
That's not Genesis 1:1.
But like, don't get me wrong. It's not that I'm particularly anti-Trump. I mean, Trump lies. Our prime minister lies. He lied about being a competent politician, I believe, at some point.
Oh, that's very hard to disprove, though, isn't it?
Save America's.
America's the greatest country in the world. We need conservatives in
That's like saying
Washington.
I'm a brilliant bricklayer.
that will keep
Never
it
tried
that
my
way.
hand at it.
I'm running to
How do I know I'm not
stop
a good
gun
bricklayer?
control,
She's running to stop gun control.
the Green New Deal, and
What?
socialism.
Wow. So she's going to blow up socialism. Nice.
What's that?
And she's made one recently about the riots, and yeah, it's also fucking astounding.
That's how can I phrase this? I perhaps somewhat inappropriate timing on her.
Yes.
The thing is, what really laughed me, because to say, and as Mia and Baka, you're not involved in this conversation. Americans, I have found, can be very, very, very anti-socialism. And Chris, as a British person, since we are commenting externally, you know, a lot of Americans got a $1,200 stimulus check. They just got basically given a check by the government. Mm-hmm. Is there a term for that? Just the government giving you money to help you when you need it? It's some sort of...
Yes, it's paying you off to shut up. I want to know where the other $6 trillion went.
Give me a living stipend.
Yes. Is there a term for giving someone a living stipend? So, that begins with an S. Oh, it comes to me.
Sugar daddy.
Communism. No, wait. The other one.
Sugar daddy.
It's not sugar daddy. Wrong number of letters. Oh yeah. Don't know. I mean,
Get back now.
Trump's mates got a lot of the bailout. Like, honestly, so now which country was it? Denmark? They said if you aren't housed in this country, you don't get any money, which was a very, very cool sounding thing to say, but irrelevant, because if your company is housed in the Isle of Wight, you can't apply to the UK for money anyway. It's not a thing. You are not in this country. So it sounded very good. But there are other countries that, I think it was Denmark, they said that if you had been spending all your money in buying back your shares, we don't consider you to be fiscally responsible, and we're not giving you any more money.
Fiscally responsible.
Bucky, have you got something better to talk about? Bring it up. Go for it. Okay. So, a lot of the countries, they're also looking at offering loans to companies rather than bailouts, and the loan more or less buys back the shares of the company. So they're working towards the companies being not privately owned, nationally owned again, which a lot of them were in the past, because the companies are not capable of running a business for more than how long did the lockdown last before all the cruise ship lines went? We were kind of running out of money. Unfortunately, the Green Party in the UK are not very head screwed on. No, a lot of them are just like, oh, we want to get rid of all the nuclear stuff because it's bad. Like, okay, what's the alternative? No nuclear. All right, but what we've been said, no nuclear. Right, okay, because that means we won't have any electricity. So it's possibly not the best plan.
Also, we have got a fairly good, not amazing record, but a fairly good platform on our fully record our nuclear power plant.
Oh, this thing.
I wanted to put out some nasty into the environment, but you know.
Well, nowadays we're actually pretty good. So was it last summer, the summer before, where we announced that we weren't using coal anymore, and we hadn't used coal for 14 days? And I'm like, oh, cool, whatever. And then it goes, this is the longest we've not used coal since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I assumed that we've been moving off coal power plants full stop for a long time, and apparently we haven't.
No, we need them because the problem is you take a nuclear power plant down for maintenance, and you've lost that one's capability full stop.
Oh, yeah. Well,
you need something to back. You know.
We're hugely renewable now, which is great. And like,
there's problems with that statement.
I watched. There's a website called Gridwatch, which is rather good.
It's brilliant. Yeah, I love that one.
I love just see it. It does depend on the day. It depends on the weather. It depends on demand. Depends on.
There's so
many factors.
Guesses and things in there as well. Unfortunately, guesses about solar.
Yeah,
microgrids and that sort of thing.
Yes.
But it's fascinating to just even have an estimate, you know.
But we're not using coal anymore. We're pretty much entirely renewable and CCGT.
Left. We've demolished them all.
We definitely do. I can.
We still have some.
Wait, Chris,
no.
Wait.
They're all converted to biomass now.
Biomass and coal.
Hold on. I think you might be wrong, because literally I can look out my window and there's a coal-fired power plant there, and there are enormous, mind-boggling piles of coal outside it. But it might be decommissioned and they couldn't be bothered to move the coal. I will fully accept that as a possibility. But it's they're honestly, these piles of coal must be, I don't know, 200 feet high.
Yeah, there used to be lots of them.
But I don't know whether that's just.
No, they decommed them all, or are in the process of decoming them all.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because of the previous government's lack of action on this subject, they're actually decommissioning the nuclear ones now as well. And so we're going to be running out of, not running out of power, because we'll just take it from the Netherlands and France, wherever. Yeah, we're paying a lot more for it.
Yeah, coal's 0% right now. Right now, apparently, renewables, as of the last hour, 28%.
Because the problem with
solar, 0%.
That's obviously dark. The problem with wind is you have to turn it off when they're shipping and things like that, and various other reasons for shipping and things. You can't just have them going all the time.
When they're shipping?
Yeah, there are reasons to turn off.
I don't understand what you mean by shipping. When you're sending them somewhere else, I guess you would turn them off.
I don't know exactly the reasons, but I do remember that when I was living or staying in Lowestoft, they're the biggest wind turbine in the country there. It's called Gulliver. And they turn it off when there's fog to stop radar going screwy or something like that. I don't know exact reasons.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's why I just...
No, it was only fairly recently I found out that wind turbines are made of carbon fibre. Not carbon, they're made of fiberglass, which isn't renewable. And they only last about 10 years. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, was there really nothing better we could have made these out of? Or was it just the cheapest?
Yes, cheapest.
Yeah. And I was like, this is not very green thinking of you, is it? This is the point. But I think the new ones are better. I think the fiberglass ones are...
Oh dear.
Well, that went from...
Look at the arrows going at it. Bloody hell.
Right, so we over-defended one and under-defended t'other.
That's the difference between 300 in stats versus 2,500 in stats.
Ah, so you're saying we should let you build them. Also,
Probably.
I don't disagree, but it probably would have helped if I'd actually built my my things facing the right direction. So you can all blame me. That's fine. I need some mana, and I'm all stumpy. Yeah, 28% from renewables right now. That must be just tide and wind, because obviously solar is at 0%. I do know that wind turbines, they struggle when it's too windy, which is it's odd, because can't you just have like featherable blades?
You can just turn the blades to spill it. Yeah. but they have to shut them down instead. They have to stop them completely. I'm like, what? It's too much. I can't deal with it. Turn it off. I'm like, really?
Yeah, because if you try and break it, it'll just overheat and melt.
Well, yeah, you have to turn it out of the wind, and so basically you can't collect it, and then stop it when it's come to a natural stop.
I still haven't got any mana.
Sorry.
Is it
I've been giving it to Bacca and
just Esmir building everything, which is fine if she can build everything on the entire level in time and have enough mana. Which means I get to run her with my sword.
How about you? Wah!
Oh, we've lost.
Oh, there you are.
That's okay. I mean, my stuff's not great. I think your archers are stronger than me. Oh, but do you not need?
I want to put a shortcut across this rooftop.
Yeah, this isn't Minecraft, I'm afraid.
I guess that was all the man. Never mind.
Well, let me get the BBTs up, and I will put down towers during the first wave. I wish when a crystal got attacked, it had like a 10-second shield or something, so you had a big obvious moment to react. Because we get the crystals under attack, and then it disappears, and the arrow doesn't last very long. It's all a bit vague. Where? Well, Esme, I've lost you. Oh, there you are. I will go to my hat man. I'm a hat man. Max, can you come to this one for the first wave and chuck me mana down? And then I will put down a lighting tower and hoof it up there and hit the rest.
Roger, dodge.
But mostly, as someone who's played a lot of RTS games, I like the concept of solar and wind because you get it for free forever. So, whereas stuff we have to keep going and mining stuff like coal, that's just a pain in the ass. Do the people in charge not play real-time strategy games?
Probably not.
You've seen my solar panels, haven't you?
I've seen what, sorry?
The
Solar
problem
panels on my house.
The problem is solar
haven't seen your
panels is
house.
You have been here.
I've never been to your house.
You haven't been to mine either. But anyway,
Wait, was I unconscious at the time?
Oh, Rohypnol.
Sorry.
Yeah, the problem with some of the things is you can't just think about, oh, I'll buy it once and that's it, because rare earth metals and all this sort of, all that gubbins, you know, solar panels take, or used to take a lot of resources and a lot of energy to make, because they are essentially glass with some really expensive metal in them.
Well, they used to be terrible. They used to be 15 years before they made the energy back that you put into making them. They are a lot better. Now, tech continually moves on.
They are continuing to try and make them like 80% efficient or something.
No, it's nowhere near 80.
That'd be good.
It's better than 25.
High efficient panels are about 30. The ones I have are 28 and they take 6 years to come back.
That's not bad. No, what's happened is China, they put an awful lot of money into, they pumped billions into solar panel research and, what's the word? Not funding. Subsidies. So now China is a world leader in solar panels because of that.
Can I have some mana, please?
Because the government went, we want to be a world leader in solar panels, and now they are. I just got completely Dark Warrior to death. Anyway, there's no way we're going to fail. We're going to lose that crystal this time.
I'm watching one just chasing somebody down on the map. Just completely passed by everybody else for no fucking reason.
Was it Rob again?
Set on one place.
Okay. Now I did actually. So sometimes you end up in this rabbit hole in YouTube where you're just watching weird shit, and for some reason YouTube felt I was really into like renewables videos. I don't know why. So I did watch one video of a guy, and he's got a camper van, a completely self-sustaining camper van. He goes out into like the deep parts of Canada, and it's beautiful. I mean, it's proper ultra middle of nowhere. And then he's got solar panels and all this stuff. And then I ended up watching this video about a guy, and it's something like charge your phone from rainwater. And I was like, okay, interesting. And what this guy has done, he's collected all the rainwater off his roof, and he's running it through a micro turbine to try and make enough electricity. And I think he, in the end,
the guy who had a really small downpipe, blue house.
Well, to be honest, there's a lot of videos, and he keeps changing the setup. But in the end, he did actually charge his mobile phone when it rains, which is very cool. And then, of course, it leads you to another guy that actually has on his premises, I think he had a 200-foot drop. So what he did is he built a miniature dam and then ran the water down it, and he's getting, I don't know, he's getting like 700 or 800 watts. But he's trying all these different designs of micro turbine and things like that. But 700 or 800 watts constantly, that's pretty good for a house. Especially if you've got a battery.
PC going.
Well, don't forget your PC turns off, and then of course you're just you're storing it into a battery of some sort.
That's cool. Yeah.
But yeah, that you have to have your own land and be allowed to start building water diverting stuff on it and all sorts of.
Oh yeah, there's somewhere in America where a guy got into trouble because he dammed his own rainwater.
Oh, I remember that. Yes.
Yeah, apparently they had claim on the water rights or something. Really?
I apologise if I do something have a dig at America. I think they deserve it. But unfortunately, as I've said, the UK has become just the fucking laughing stock of the world. Just Brexit, coronavirus. We've done nothing good since...
The Falklands?
I was going to say Mr. Bean, but sure, the Falklands. Was that good? I don't know. I don't know much about the Falklands other than there's some islands in the middle of nowhere, the military base on that another very small country started to decide they wanted. And I don't really remember much apart from that. I was at school during the Falklands. But as from all of everything I've seen over the last 6 months, it looks like New Zealand have their shit absolutely together. And I just had a friend who's recently emigrated from New Zealand, and I'm just like, why? They seem to have totally got it sorted over there. And
at one point in history, New Zealand decided to abolish all of their laws and start again.
Wow.
Because they could. Yeah, I mean, don't forget it's a country that's a population of about 5 million in total.
Even so.
But yeah, they basically abolished all the laws and started again. Because they just realised that the old law system's just getting a bit out.
Well, it may have been abolished now, but certainly when I was younger, there was a law that stated it was legal to stand in England and shoot a bow into a Welshman. Like, that was still on the statute books during my lifetime, for heaven's sake.
Still there. Just
I don't think it's still there anymore.
Welshman in Chester.
Say again?
You can shoot a Welshman in Chester with an arrow, and you can shoot a Scotsman in York. It's also illegal to go to the House of Lords in a full suit of armour.
We talk about these laws being ridiculous, as if there are not ridiculous laws that are modern. Like, a person in the Libyan embassy can shoot a policeman in broad daylight and get a pat on the back.
Wait, I don't know if you're referring to an actual event that happened, or...
That's an actual event that happened.
Wow.
Member of the Libyan army, I think it was the army, Libyan job, shot a policewoman in central London. But he was inside the embassy, so it was okay.
Oh, wow. See, I'm afraid... So, let me list you all the things I know about Libya. 1, probably not featured in the Michael Jackson song Liberian Girl, but it might be, I'm not sure. 2, the bad guys from Back to the Future, and thus ends my knowledge of Libya. Anyone got any
Watch
Libya
out for the
facts?
bumps.
What? Watch out for the
That's a
bump.
Red Alert 2 reference.
About Libya?
Yep.
Is it?
Yep.
I should have. I should have played Red Alert 2 some more. Where's this last
Maybe I
mod?
should have played Red Alert 2.
Red Alert 3 is just awesome. I love the cutscenes, the acting. You've got Tim Curry being Russian. You've got I've forgotten his name. George Takei being George Takei. He's the Emperor of Japan, I think. It's just a great game. I love it, and
I remember that.
it's got 2-player. You can play the whole game cooperative, and it's designed for 2-player co-op RTS, which is just lovely.
It looks like Tim Curry was just having a field day, making a mockery of it.
There you go.
Tim Curry.
That's what I'm proud of. I'm proud of Tim Curry.
And silly movies and TV shows and films and stuff. And he always looks like he's having such a hilarious time of it. He's awesome.
What was the one? Was he in Loaded Weapon, was it? And he goes, I am your worst nightmare. And he's like, no, my worst nightmare is waking up with my penis. And he goes, oh, well then not your worst nightmare, but pretty far up there. But I don't remember what film it was. I think it had Emilio Estevez in it.
Hot Shots.
No, it wasn't Hot Shots. It was...
Because that wasn't it. That was the other Estevez.
I can't remember who was in Hot Shots.
Charlie Sheen.
Right, that's not that. Well, see, the important thing there is I think you've got Charlie Sheen and Estevez mixed up.
No, I actually haven't, because
Charlie Sheen is
Estevez is his real name. Charlie Sheen is his stage name.
All I know about Charlie Sheen is Tiger Blood.
Martin
Don't confuse him with the Welsh. Yes, Charlie Sheen, by the way. There's a Charlie Sheen in Wales as well.
There's a Charlie Sheen.
There's another Charlie Sheen who's a famous actor. Comes from Wales.
What's he been in?
Oh,
Loads of
is
shit.
that a woman, mate?
Damned United, for example.
What, United?
The Damned.
When you say he's a really famous actor, can you name something famous he's been in?
I only know the Damned United because in a club I went
yeah.
to when I was at uni, there was a poster for it that had never been taken down. In the toilets.
Oh.
Michael Sheen.
I have several questions. Michael Sheen was a motorbike rider, wasn't he?
No, Michael Sheen was an actor who has been in several things, including Good Omens and The Damned United.
Barry
That's one.
Sheen was a motorcyclist.
Yes.
Jerry was a race car driver.
I don't know what that is. Aggro, yes, thank you. I can't change it live. I noticed it was wrong.
Do you listen to any other music than stuff that goes?
Do I listen to anything other than music I don't listen to? Yes.
Okay, well, fair enough.
You sound you were just describing like fucking I don't know. Actually, what you sound like was an American trying to describe the entire genre of dance music with 2 syllables.
That's what that sounds like. Yeah.
No, I like both types of music, country and western.
What was that from?
Haha! Got the quote. Are you going to get where it's from?
No, I know the. I can visualize
I definitely know.
Well, hold on. Let me give you a clue. It's like, so what kind of music do you play in here? Oh, we like both kinds, country and western.
That's not true. That's the quote again.
Now I put a bit more at the quote. You see at the beginning. They're in a bar.
Music you like.
Blues Brothers, isn't it?
It's Blues Brothers. Yeah.
106 miles to Chicago. You got a tank of
Half
gas,
bag
a
of
half a
Scotch,
bucket of cigarettes.
cigarettes, is dark.
We're wearing
I wear
sunglasses.
sunglasses.
Hit
Hit
it.
it. I haven't seen that film in ages.
Having watched that, like as an adult, I came to the very stark conclusion that Frank Oz has always been old.
Frank Oz.
Yeah, because he's the. Yes, but he is the records clerk at the end of the Blues Brothers.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Dude, what? Which part did you say was him?
The record collector, he said.
The guy in the Blues Brothers who takes the taxes.
County clerk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Easy, easy.
Because I thought you were talking about when they went into the record store or whatever for the instruments. That was right there. You'd have to be blind not to see that.
You slay me.
Why do I get a feeling either there's only two situations here? Either you have waited your whole life to make that joke, or you make that joke a lot. Now, which one is it?
Yes.
You can't say yes. It's an all question.
I would go with the former.
Sometimes it's good just to have jokes just lined up so you can use them at the appropriate time. I mean, I've been thinking about getting a horse. If I do, I'm going to call it Mayo.
No.
Because mayonnaise.
No.
I could hear everyone pausing going, can't work it out.
Oh,
I was going horse, Mayo horse, what?
And did you know that pregnant horses run faster than non-pregnant horses?
How? They weigh more.
Because they've got 2 horsepower.
Oh!
It's where doesn't a horse have like a big horse has like 12 horsepower though. It's a very poor unit of measurement.
No, 1 horse is 1 horsepower.
Depends on the horse.
Yeah.
Like little
There's a finite amount.
If they were like conjoined, maybe, then you'd have 2 horsepower.
Or pregnant, yes.
That works. But doesn't that sort
It's
of
funny
draw?
how the rating of horsepower is not actually based on the power of a horse.
It was originally. It was how long it took a one particular draft horse to raise a bucket weighing 38 pounds up 100 foot of well or something. It was something like that. It's a very arbitrary term, but once the standard was set, then everything was just relative to that. But it's a humorous setting that has a measurement that doesn't have anything really to do with horses anymore.
Also, there's this strange, obfuscated measurement where they go, "Oh, my car produces, I don't know, 200 kilowatts or whatever," but there's measuring it at the wheels and measuring it at the engine.
Yes.
Like, what? Surely it's always more important to be at the.
In the US, they measure it at the wheel, and in Europe, they measure it at the flywheel. It might be the other way around, actually. Either one, it actually has a difference in power.
Do you know why, Max?
Law, history,
No,
the way we
goodness no,
fucked
goodness
ourselves in the 1930s
Right.
with
What's the,
stupid
what's
crap
the
we can't-
response rate of your monitor?
It's measured in hertz, which is another way of saying cycles.
Is it?
Megacycles.
Okay, but
Cycles.
it's measured in milliseconds, the response rate of a monitor.
A megacycle was the thing that's out in Adam's garage.
It's measured in milliseconds.
Okay.
And if you want a absolutely correct measurement of an LCD monitor's refresh time, it is from white to black to white. But that will give you a response time of, let's say, 50 milliseconds. If you measure just white to black, then you get a response time of 40 milliseconds. If you measure black to white, you get a response time of 2 milliseconds. So guess which measurement everybody
The
uses?
shortest one.
The shortest one. So your wheel horsepower is very easy to measure, and your engine horsepower is very difficult to measure. I could not measure my horsepower of my engine without taking it out of the car.
Take to. Oh, okay.
No, because you measure it at the wheels. You measure the wheel horsepower. But the
But how do they come out with these statements? Oh, well, it does this, therefore it must be. There's some other calculation you do to sort of reassess. I don't know.
Oh no, I absolutely know the answer to this. We'll come to that in a sec. But as a manufacturer, you do know the horsepower at the engine because you made
Because
the
you made the bloody thing.
Yeah. But when you've modified the car, it becomes extremely difficult to state with any certainty what the power is, because you can only measure the horsepower at the wheels, whether using a rolling motor or dyno pack or whatever. So what you do is you estimate the engine horsepower. Literally, you estimate. My car is generally agreed to have a 25% transmission drag because it's four-wheel drive. But if a tuning company is modding my car and it's doing 396 horsepower, they might decrease the guy you've got an efficient drive chain will decrease that bit to hit 400 horsepower because that's what I'm paying for. So the answer to your question is, how do they work it out? They just make it up to hit whatever number they want.
I like this generally agreed thing. I generally agree that my Yaris has the same horsepower as your car as well.
Yeah, well, generally. Well, you get this on the hourly exhaust laws. I think I mentioned this before. There's no dB limit on your exhaust. If you had a dB limit on the exhaust, first of all, you could never measure the dB of exhaust. It's impossible. You need to take your car to an anechoic chamber. Otherwise, you just say a truck must have driven past when you recorded that. A jet plane was there. Someone was talking, whatever. So they can't make dB illegal. So what they've done is the dB, your exhaust must not be appreciably louder than another exhaust of that, generally of that type. So because I have a V-twin motorbike, people generally make them loud, so it's okay for me to make it loud. If I have a Yaris and I make it loud, it's not okay, because people generally don't make Yaris loud. Because I have an Impreza, it has a boxer engine, and people tend to make them loud, so that's okay. And that's it, that's in our MOT setup. The generally accepted volume of the vehicle.
Damn, you say American laws are screwy.
It's because the only other way to do it would be to either have no noise restrictions, which is obviously retarded, or you end up banning Ferraris overnight. There's not really another solution. I mean, you've messed around with cars. Have you ever taken the silencer off entirely and come straight out the headers?
No, because that would be illegal.
I'm not even sure it would be illegal in your country.
My mate was talking about the police that his car sounded like it was about to break. And they said, "Why is your car so loud?" And he said, "Oh, I made holes in the exhaust to make it louder."
Okay.
And the police were like, "Okay, have a nice day."
Wouldn't have restriction if you remove the mufflers and the
Catalytic converter.
catalytic converter. Thank you.
Some states don't have inspections, so do they?
All of them have that. All of them have like a safety inspection, and if they see that's been removed, they will.
I was under the impression still some states just didn't bother, or it was very, very cursory. I'd have to look it up. Anyway,
I don't have to. Where I live, I don't have to have an emissions inspection, but if I take my car in for the safety inspection and I notice that the converters or the muffler are gone, it will fail.
oh yeah, in CA, absolutely. But my point remains, have you ever heard a car with the headers removed? Sorry, when you're coming straight out the headers, when there's no exhaust, no baffling, nothing. It's
No comment.
It's a dragster level of insanely loud, and that's why you do have to have some laws in place. I mean, the exhaust of my Impreza, it's 103 dB with no baffles in, and that's still to the point where I can't hear it skid, so it's too loud. I genuinely can't hear the tyres screeching. Hey, as long as you didn't drive it around, like, you can't get away with driving with no headers. Not for long. Like, you'd have to drive past any police and they go, there's definitely something wrong with that car, he's definitely done something. I've heard motorbikes again where they've just taken, not just the baffle off, but the whole exhaust. A mate of mine's got an Impreza with a short header that comes out by the front wheels rather than at the back, and he gets into trouble quite a lot. So he's now got a switchable one with a muted baffle, because he was just going on about how loud it sounded. His neighbours took 2 days for the complaint to the police about the noise of his car.
If somebody with a truck drives by and it sounds like their muffler's falling off.
Oh, my car's perfectly legal, I'd like to point out. Hence, in no small part because we don't have any sort of restrictions. I mean, honestly, I don't tend to run it with the exhaust baffle out. It's just too loud. It sounds. I used to take it out for shows and not many other reasons. It sounds glorious with no baffle, but it's no good for.
Well, if you take it out more often than that, you might blow a head gasket. It is an Impreza after all.
Oh, no, my gasset's new. I had it replaced a couple of years ago. It's good for at least another 6 months. Hey, Izzard, how you doing, man? Hello, pussy. Hello, puss. What do you want? What do you want? Do you want? Come up on my lap. So I think we should try that again on the next difficulty up, because that was easy. And we should be getting mythical rewards, or better. And that's another one that's got a much higher scaler. I don't know of any other 6-player maps that we can do that are up there, that sort of level of scaleriness. What have you got? Izzard? What is your EV? Tell me so I can giggle at how little torque you've got.
Please tell me you still have a Citroen Xantia.
No, he's got an EV, he says.
An EV? I don't know what that is.
Oh, you did not. Oh my god. He's got an i3. They're the massively overpriced shit ones. Please tell me you got it cheap. They are so poor. And I mean that in a nice way.
So poor.
Response. Wait, who's that? How do they know I had a Xantia? Don't tell him. Could be anyone. Did you get his name?
What are you mocking now?
A friend of mine has bought us a BMW i3 because he's a fool. Max, bring back the mana.
I've got a black screen.
Boy, I was getting a bit of lag on the last level.
Better than before, though?
Oh, much better. Yeah,
Okay,
much
good.
better. Much improved.
I can crank that number up. I did just pick a number.
Yeah, no, I think it's okay. Don't. Obviously, you can't do it right now.
good. Now, I really like the look of the i3, but the specs are appalling. Oh, yeah.
It looks like a chunky bar, so.
I like it. I like how it looks. It's just very, very poor everything and not pipe. I don't think you've seen my new Impreza. Is that my new one's the best Impreza? It is literally the best one. No, it's not
a 22B.
It's not a 22B. Okay, it's the second best Impreza. No one has a 22B. I said there's like 20. Was it 25 of them in the world? There's just none left. No, I've got the same, slightly earlier model year. I'll kind of get the mana back so I can.
Send it again.
Yeah, but I mean, for an electric car, it's not very good. It's overpriced for what it is and doesn't have enough BMW-ness. It doesn't have enough BMW-ness to warrant it. Which thanks, I really like the look of them. I really do.
How many torques does it have? 1 million?
I don't know, actually. Probably not. It's this thing. They did do a great video of it skidding. What's that real money? I only work in foot-pounds. 200 foot-pounds. Wait, 200? God. That's only like twice as much as my bike's got.
I mean, only.
For an electric vehicles, their big thing is torque. Lots of torque. Lots of torque.
So do steam engines have lots of torque.
Well, okay. Does what have more than that, sorry?
Your Impreza?
Oh god, yeah, my Impreza's 300-ish.
Somebody did build a steam turbine powered car that I think precisely before through.
You need to get close to the microphone again. Sorry, Rob.
Yeah, the i3 is actually pretty good. It's actually pretty light, but it's still a third heavier than the Impreza too.
I think I'll still stick with my 2UZ FE.
I have to say, I really like the Honda E. I really, really like the Honda E, and I am very curious to have a go. I love everything about it. I like how it looks. I like the stats. I like the price. The internal dash is astounding, and it's got no mirrors. It's got cameras and screens, which I'm not so sure about. But I do like it. So I feel you're being a little bit disingenuous with how much it costs.
20 seconds.
We did work out how much a Tesla costs to run, and if you are paying for electricity, it's more like 14 pence a mile. Star, my Impreza, costs a lot more than 14 pence a mile.
My 4Runner definitely costs more than 14 pence a mile.
I bet you it doesn't. I've seen the price of fuel in America, it's silly.
What is when you get a yellow exclamation mark on top of a mob's head?
I don't know. Even then, is that seems. Well, I said having worked out the electric cost because everyone's got a Tesla, and worked out, and I think it was 11 or 14 pence a mile because he said, "Oh, it's free." And I was like, really? And then we actually worked out how much, because he's got the supercharging free thing for life. I worked out how much it'd be if he was actually paying for it. And it was nowhere there. No, how much it costs in electricity. Like, how much it actually costs if you buy the electricity.
How much it costs in electricity? Like, electricity is a unit. It costs 5 electricities a mile.
No, aren't we at 17 pence? No, 1.7 pence a kilowatt hour, I think. Something like that.
40.7 unit.
14 pence a unit. Okay. That's a kilowatt hour as a unit? I can't remember. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I can't remember what my worst case is of my Impreza. It's about £1 a mile, though. Like on track, it's about £1 a mile.
But you're not on track, you're not interested in the economics of it, you're interested in the speed.
It's not fast. Oh, well, actually, no, it is fast now. So I got the best upgrade for my car. I got a longer 5th gear. So my top speed went from 137 miles an hour to 185 for about 200 quid. And that's not an upgrade that's not a performance increase you can often get on a vehicle.
That's because you're sick of driving it and having crap economy on it.
No, so it's 70 miles an hour. I was like 4,000 revs. So along the motor, it's just going wee like that.
So you still can't take a 5th gear and put it in the top gear.
No, because it's old.
A 5-speed box.
That is the top gear.
Blimey, my petrol, I wish I had another gear to go to. That is 6.
Probably my Ninja does about 1400 RPM at 70. So it's the gearing. It's not the number of gears. It's just the final gearing. Yeah. But I have super short 1st to 4th. So my car goes ram 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 ram. Because I only replaced the 5th gear, so the rest of the ratios are a bit bonkers. I'm actually here. Oh, it's Wyverns. Fuck off, Wyverns. Can the other DPSs look after the other crystal? Because I'm not sure we've got full anti-Wyvern defenses up.
We have a 12 on the top crystal. That have 2 going in.
Oh fuck! I've been ultra the top troll because I'm gonna get it. Top troll, all the way at the top. Max left.
The top troll doesn't tell me anything.
Forwards.
Trick me.
Take a right. Take a left. Over those, take a right. Thankfully, he decided to hit the archer, not the crystal. I'll get the rest of the DSTs down. I would just need mana. Oh wow, it's mythical everywhere. So this level does have an extremely high scaler, so potentially survival on this one is a good one for that stuff we want.
Trans.
That's the one.
Transcontinental, definitely.
But yeah, I've nothing against EVs. EVs are obviously the future. Someone's going to invent some sort of petrified.
I think
just
the big problem.
The i3 is just not a, in my opinion, and from what I have read, and I haven't driven one, a very good example of an EV. That's all. Go on, tell us the problem. And if it's lots of people want to drive 300 miles every day, I will.
Yes.
That's not true.
But that's not the big issue. The big issue is do you want to take? Sorry. The big issue is the change of paradigm. I've got to plan my journey in advance and make multiple stops for multiple hours.
That's the point. That's the point. That's not the paradigm. That's
Interestingly enough, my mate owns a Leaf, and he says that if you go to Nissan and say you're planning a massive long journey, they'll actually quite happily rent you a car dirt cheap. At the petrol car.
That's interesting. I mean, there are plenty of electric cars out there that have, 700-mile range or whatever.
I thought in the conversation you said they were planning on doing million-hour batteries.
No, million-mile Yeah. Oh no, batteries that holy shit, Brian! Not ones that last 1 million miles on one charge. That would be very clever. That'd be like the power of the sun. No. They last 1 million miles, like far longer than any engine apart from maybe a Toyota 4Runner will last.
Before, believe me, 1 million miles before servicing, replacement.
Before the battery's knackered, yeah. But the thing is, the vast majority of people don't do journeys like that. That's
rubbish.
No, it's like.
I think that's not true.
It's like 0.1% of journeys. There are so many people doing so many studies. Most people commute less than 30 miles total each day.
The average journey is less than a mile or something.
Yeah,
I mean, I very rarely drive more than a mile.
What about people going on holiday?
That's not... Yeah, and you go on holiday how many times a year?
You still want to do it in your car.
How many times do you go on holiday a year? That's my point about very few journeys.
Yeah, but what's the point of having a car if you can't take it on holiday? I would use my super environmentally friendly car, but I can't.
Yeah, but in this case, for the other 363 days of the year, you'd use your electric car, and the 2 days a year you're going to and from your holiday, you'd rent an electric car capable of towing a caravan, or you can hire a diesel car if you want to. So that's the rare case. That's the thing. It's also the vast majority of UK homes, 80-odd%, have got two cars. It's not one car, and an electric car as your second car, your daily driver, covers you for nearly everything. Pop into the shops, pop into work. There's this thing. There've been loads of studies recently, over the last 10 years, about people's actual driving habits. Because what happens every time this comes up on a forum, people like you, Brian, every time people who do a lot of miles for their work go, "Oh, but I need a car that can do 1,000 miles a day." But there's a lot of people comment on forums about that.
The point is they can do that with EVs. That's the point. They're just choosing not to develop that technology.
It's too expensive. EVs have come down now. What is it? It was like $100 per kilowatt hour 10 years ago, and now it's like $3 per kilowatt hour. They are massively better. But they. All right, and there's the last moment.
Just other things scientists there when you're talking about raising energy densities, because in the event of an incident, accident, collision, or just general fire, much more likely to get a very quick, unescapable flame over to doors and stuff. Well, at least if it's a low energy density, relatively low energy density, you actually have a chance to escape the vehicle before it all goes to flames.
Well, wait, what about petrol? Petrol's pretty nasty when it catches fire.
It's surprising enough because the car is designed specifically to not have petrol leak. The tank's designed,
Aren't the electric cars? This is something that I know Tesla. They changed the battery pack layout. So there's now a hard line something saying. We're on Discord. Is odd. Max is talking about the situation where you are, you're going on holiday in the south of Spain. I don't think Max's wife drives, and Max would like to drive the whole way there in one back-breaking go. I personally don't. I said, having driven long distance on my bike, after a couple of hours of riding, there's nothing I want more than to stop and not ride my bike for as long as I possibly can. But the
cruise control, do you want to say that?
not in a motor. Well, sort of. That's not the
in
big
a car.
Yeah, in a car.
In a car.
I believe
and
the
aircon.
highway code specifies it 90 miles or an hour and a half, whichever's first. You should take a break, I believe. Can't remember what it is now.
2 hours. Company recommends.
Is it, yeah, but
I don't know if that's highway code.
Okay.
I didn't think there was a highway code recommendation on
yes,
that.
oh, there really is. There's also, if tired, obviously. No, with
2 minutes every 2 hours.
2 hours, okay. Now, with electric vehicles, you're talking about paradigm shift, and then you kind of miss the paradigm shift, which is not the concept of charging on the way; it's the concept of charging when you get there.
We're losing it.
It's now I'm on it. I'm literally there.
That's
Oh, you're not doing a very good job of it.
No, I'm not. If you guys can defend, I will stick on my builder for the first couple of waves then. Yeah, no, it's destination chargers are far more important than quick chargers, because everyone was going on about how quickly can you charge your car, but it doesn't matter, because the point of Max, have that mana? The point of travelling somewhere is that you're going somewhere. That's the point. And when you're there, you drive an hour, whatever, and then you leave your car there for 2 hours or whatever. At that point, your car is there for 2 hours. So it's slow destination chargers everywhere is where a lot of places are going towards, rather than bragging about how quickly you can charge your car from empty.
Well, that's why you have it in the supermarket car park, because it'll charge for an hour and a half while you're there.
Exactly.
You don't have to worry about it.
And if you're going to a hotel overnight, you get a full overnight charge.
Yeah, there's charity talks about the Tesla chargers around them now.
Well, the thing is, I've mostly because I have Tesla-owning friends. I can't remember the numbers now. There's 16,000 petrol stations in the UK and 38,000 publicly accessible electric charging points. So there's actually more places to charge your electric car than there are to.
Yeah, but that's
people.
one petrol station that serves like 8 cars at once or more.
Unfortunately,
Charging station only serves one at once.
There's no numbers on the number of pumps, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And there's also pump availability. Your purely petrol station takes 5 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, this is
if it's bad, 10.
Yeah, this is why, as I said, the concept of how quickly you can charge your car is not really important. It shouldn't be. Your electric car should and will one day do your average journey.
I like what you were saying about the hire the vehicle and just on a vehicle, take me to the shops,
Right,
and then you get off there, and another vehicle goes and takes that same vehicle takes someone else home. And in the meanwhile, you just do your thing, and then another vehicle collects you. You don't own the concept of owning is just completely alien.
Yeah,
the trouble is it's like a public bus service, but it's just with electric vehicles.
Yeah, and look at the state of public buses. That's a nice system. It just depends on people not pissing on the seats.
Yeah, that is kind of my.
Well, they could trace you abusing the vehicle very quickly, couldn't they, with cameras in them?
I don't know. I can probably piss myself quite subtly without the camera noticing.
My son pissed himself on holiday,
Oh.
so that was nice on a coach. Yeah, he fell asleep.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh wow. No, I like the concept of the self-driving taxi cars, but yeah, it's a question of who cleans those is definitely.
I long for the day when I can get in my car and say, "Go home, car, I'm drunk."
Yeah, I long for the day, Chris, when you and I are out, we're drinking, you're so drunk, so I put you in your robo-car and say, "Okay, Google, drive me to Edinburgh." And you wake up at 4 a.m. somewhere very north. Mana, Esmir, you've got all the mana. Rob has got a little bit. Now, I say a lot of this range anxiety is compounded. So I hired a Mercedes E220, and it had over 1,000 miles of range to a full tank. You'd only put petrol in it every 2 weeks, and the low fuel light came on at 250 miles. Like, to compare and contrast, I own 6 vehicles, right? None of them get even close to 250 miles on a full tank. My motorbike is my most efficient vehicle, and I might get 220. I won't, but I might get that. And it's just hilarious to see people going, "Oh, I need at least 400 miles in my vehicle." I'm like, I wish.
Honestly, I get about 700 miles on a tank.
So the point is, people don't worry about that because they go, "Well, that's all right. I popped up a petrol station. I'll get some more fuel in a few minutes."
Right, but it's like your phone. I mean, was it 60% of households have access to off-street parking? So I know this because I happened to watch Fully Charged today. So you've got the situation that most UK households have somewhere to charge. The idea is you charge your car every night. You don't charge your phone only when it gets flat, do you? You just plug it in every night.
No.
My wife charges her phone when it gets flat.
That's a good reminder, actually. Mine hasn't been charged for a couple of days.
Max, that's some money. Mana.
20%. There you go. I'll charge it now 'cause it's
I
flat.
have a wireless charger on my desk, and it just sits on it.
Yeah.
It lives there. And then I never charge
North's
it.
going down.
Because everyone knows that
Pretty.
wireless chargers are terribly inefficient.
It doesn't matter, because it sits on it all day long.
Yeah, but it's massive waste of energy.
I don't know about massive. Maybe a massive
Well, not
percent.
massive. Maybe I'm being over dramatic,
Yeah.
but you
I
know.
know plenty of people are a massive waste of energy in this stuff.
Yeah, it might cost you 7 pence a year to charge it, not 6 pence a year.
Oh, level. Hey,
Oh wow.
got 25 levels.
Why didn't you
25
just use
points.
that mana and upgrading it?
Oh no, in fact, I have level. How come it didn't tell me?
Mana. Well, you're weird then. Everybody else in the world just puts their phone on charge when they get home.
I wouldn't say everyone. You're being very broad brushed
I'm being overly dramatic for yes, I am.
for special effect. Yes.
But I mean, when I got to work, I'd certainly charge my phone at work because that's free.
Yeah, I saw someone do it and blow the computer up.
What? How?
That was quite a few years ago, about 12, 14 years ago now.
Good
They
lord.
plugged in their phone into their computer to charge it, and it blew the Southbridge chipset.
That's
Computer stopped working.
amazing. No, it isn't.
Yeah.
I watched
you
Doug
want
Demura.
Tamaras?
I don't mind. Why did we like auras again? What was it that was good about them?
Because
Can't
they
take them
can
down?
remove enemies' elemental affinity
No, it wasn't that. What was the other thing
and
they did?
reduce them to less than 30% of their own power.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Super fair.
I mean,
very nice.
I think Doug Demuro's sum up was, I like this, but it's just not worth the money by any means, which I kind of did agree with. I mean, I do have a friend of mine who has a Dodge Hellcat, and let's be honest, all of these cars talk about just that supercharger wine is just
How's you paying the money for?
oh yes.
See, cars like those aren't measured in miles per gallon, it's miles per gallon.
All my vehicles are measured in miles per gallon, without exception.
That reminds me of when the Prius in South Park starts not emitting smog, it starts emitting smug.
Smug.
We have a troll on the top.
Really? Uh-oh.
Yeah, I got helicopter.
I've got deadly striker terrors there. Yeah, they're not enough. They need help here. 3.5 million health. I am on the wrong character. It might be possible we can't do this yet. It is in the realms of possibility. There's still oh. I need to stop trying to shoot things and just worry about building towers. You guys kill things, I'll build towers. And then Baka can buff those three and nothing will ever get through. I mean, don't forget, say I drive a smart car and I love it and it's great, but the smart EVs are awful. Absolutely horrendous vehicles, but they are, like the E3, they are what's called compliance vehicles. They are just there as a tick box exercise. So we are absolutely green. Look at our electric vehicle. But you know, now you're in to look at it. Why don't you buy one of our big diesel ones that we make a lot more money off of? That's their kind of their goal. And BMW did a similar sort of thing. Which is a shame, because I really like the look of them. And then I watched the video and went, oh. Also, honestly,
it forces the manufacturers to figure out how to do it, and eventually they'll make them that's actually good, just by sheer perseverance.
Isn't the whole point of Formula E or something as well, to sort of get them to push the technology forwards?
Absolutely, yes.
Because otherwise, it's never going to go anywhere. I mean,
Well,
I like the put some I don't know, fuel in the tank and off you go. Whatever that fuel is, however it's used, don't care. I just want to be able to do the same thing we do now, which is go up to a filling station of some sort.
Anybody have any spare mana?
I do. Where are you? The important thing to know about
the reason why these skeleton archers keep going down is because there's not a mage here to heal them, and I've never had enough mana to put down.
There you go. The important thing to know about electric cars is they have one disadvantage, and that's it. There is every single one is an advantage. There's no other advantages. There's just the time it takes to fill it up. That's it. Literally.
But then, what do you think about self-charging?
There's no such thing as self-charging. Don't use that phrase in my presence ever again.
Okay. Well, they use it on the adverts quite a lot.
Yes, that looks like that's getting changed.
Jingo.
Yes, they're not self-charging. It's just a car with a diesel engine in it.
Well, it does have a battery in it, which it charges up when you're...
It's
more. What is that? Not just a hybrid.
It is a hybrid. Self-charge because Toyota started it, and it looks like there might be some European regulations about going, actually, no, you don't get to call it that, because that's misleading, and it is misleading. They are more efficient because you just get to have a diesel engine running at 4,000 RPM.
Well, no, it depends on the vehicle.
No,
incredible sleight of hand on Mass Begona.
Yes.
The diesel engine needs to provide as much power as it always did. It just needs to provide it in electrical format first.
Yes, but the point is that you can switch the engine off the petrol engine.
Yeah, no, sorry, you missed my point. My point wasn't the engine's always running. My point was the engine's always running. If it's running, it's running at the most optimal RPM. It doesn't rev up and down. It just...
Yes, it does.
No, it just runs.
The one I've got, it does.
Okay, then it's not a self-charging one. It's self-charging. The self-charging ones, you've got a shitty plug-in hybrid with an engine, is what you've got. My point is, they run at a fixed RPM, the most efficient RPM for a diesel engine, and that's good. So you get very good efficiency out of them. It's still, I don't know, 20 times less efficiency than a.
I'm talking about a Kia Niro, which has got a diesel engine which has battery results on it, and it'll drive like a milk float some of the time, and once you want a bit more oomph, i.e. more speed, it'll switch on the engine, or if it needs charging.
So
that sounds exactly like...
That's just a hybrid then.
Yeah, but it does drive the wheels.
So that's
the diesel engine.
So that's not a self-charging, that's a hybrid.
Yes, I think it is.
Self-charging, they just have a diesel engine that does nothing but charge the battery, and they are very efficient. Apart from the fact that diesel engines are 8 times less efficient than electric. Oh no, it's just pure energy efficiency. They're crap. Like what are EVs? 70-80% efficient, something like that. The diesel's 18% efficient because most of it turns into heat and noise and vibration and
soot.
Well, that's not really energy loss. Do I have enough? Okay, I'm at full DU. I will switch across to my lady.
You can take some of the defences out. There are some barriers and behind the archers here, which seem redundant.
They are redundant. That's their point.
Do they want levelling or do they want taking out?
They want levelling. Basically, if the archers go down, hopefully they're still up. I'm going to take the crystal on the cliff because it does seem to be having a bit of a walloping. I mean, I think I want a self-driving car more than I want an electric one. Really. Like when I'm going on holiday, I want to be chauffeured by my robo car. And then when I'm going on track, I wish to Where's my Scooby? Okay, these ogres got 12 million healths. Rob, mana bomb! You weren't close enough.
I like how he just stands there.
It's because there was a physical beam and for some reason he decided not to target it, so that was cool.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another one. Holy shit, they are wiping out my DSTs far quicker than I can kill them. I think back above them as well. That is 12 million health. My DSTs are not going to kill that in a hurry. I'll put the DSTs further back so they actually have a chance of surviving the wave. And the other thing, obviously, to know is that most people don't really give a shit about their cars. The vast majority of people just want something to go to and from the shops. I enjoy driving, and that's not a massively common. 10% of people actually give a shit. Most people
enjoy driving if you want to drive from my place up to Newcastle. So as it's 8 hours of hell.
Well, that's where you, honestly, your power plant's a lot less important than your suspension.
Cruise control, active lane assist.
But I mean, you
want
suspension. You just want it to be smooth and just
comfy,
and preferably self-driving.
Oh yeah,
ideally. I mean, I love my motor.
It's fairly close to it these days, to be fair. Even if the Kia Niro is pretty good at being very close to that.
Yeah, I love.
I'm moaning at you for not following the motorway, but basically it's very close.
There's a difference between something looking after you if you steer off the road and something that actually lets you go to sleep.
Yeah, well, I actually see. If you weren't leaving, I'd tell you about the electric vehicles I test drove last year, but I won't. I'll tell you another time. Now, I mean, I've got my motorbike and I do love it, but even with that bike, which is which is renowned for having a small amount of vibration, there's still an awful lot of vibration.
Right, I ran in to do my mana bomb and got killed with one.
Oh my god, okay.
Ogres everywhere!
Yeah. No, I don't think you understand. I test drove an electric bike and I fucking loved it. It was absolutely fantastic. I was honestly and genuinely blown away by how good it was, how smooth, how easy to drive. You had no clutch, you had no gears. It was absolutely wonderful, perfectly responsive, and if I commuted to work inside my own city, I would have bought it in a heartbeat. And they even do the maths for you. They work out what your current vehicle is, how long you drive, and how long before it breaks even, and how much the vehicle's worth at the end of it. And it's just hilarious. Like, genuinely, at the end of it, your EV will be worth about as much as it ever was, whereas your equivalent ICE vehicle will be worth fuck all. Motorbikes don't hold their value when the mileage goes up, you see.
I wonder what the reaction would be if Honda was to release an electric Goldwing.
Well, the Japanese manufacturers are so far very much avoiding electric bikes, and I don't quite know what it is. Like they're like Honda have got electric vehicles. They've got the Honda E, which is great, but there's no rumblings of electric motorbikes from the big three, and I don't know why. I genuinely have no idea what that's about, which is a shame because motorbikes are not something generally that people go very long distances. They don't generally tow caravans on them. All of the reasons that car owners have, and I do admit it's a small percentage, but there's still quite a lot of people. They just go out the window because no one goes 1,000 miles on a bike without stopping. They might start, but after a while they're going to hurt and they're going to want to stop.
You lost a lot of defenses that way.
I know, I'm on it. I don't think I'm going to be able to build and get off this character, I'm afraid, so y'all are going to have to do the DPSing and I will do the tower rebuilding. But yeah, it's like a Goldwing. You've got so much room for batteries. You could have a bike with a ton of range. No vibration, much lower center of mass, no gears. It's not running the Goldwing uses the same engine as the Impreza. It's a boxer engine. I mean, Harley have got one coming out, but it's £38,000, which is too much for an electric vehicle.
Yeah, it's a Harley. They can have that tax.
Yeah, I always liked Harleys until I got into motorbikes, and then I started talking to some Harley, and they're like, nope, don't buy them. They're shit. There's nothing good about them apart from the name. They are overpriced, underpowered, piles of shite. I'm like, oh, but they're Harleys. They have no, don't buy them. I was like, oh, but
even I've always known that.
Max on lag now.
Yeah, ditto.
But better than before.
Up to this point.
I mean, I can increase the number further. So, Chris, basically, we found the number in one of the config files that lets me twiddle with the lag. But I can't find anybody else on the internet that's ever done it. Anywhere.
Can you corroborate its bandwidth usage right now?
Yeah. We certainly can. Uh, 5k a second to each of you. I'm not sure that's gone up,
Oh dear, the one on the cliff, I've lost all defense.
Coming. Oh, balls. Could have done with the warning a bit earlier there.
Yeah, I think this is a hair out of our reach. Like, we had everything built and upgraded, and they're just walloping their way through it.
Just smashing everything we put down. Yeah. Need more defense health.
No, well, the thing is, let's pop back to 7. I haven't put much in defense health, relying on killing for they get there. But the ogres have got like 12 million health, so I'm struggling.
And also, they're running at a hell of a speed.
Yes.
So all the other mobs are
They're also being dropped in.
Yeah.
Which means miss.
I mean, auras everywhere could have helped.
But do auras attack mobs in the air?
We were almost done.
If they're big enough, yeah.
So what did we get to? Sorry, 12 or 14?
13.
Pretty good. I think my gear's fully upgraded, unfortunately. I now need better gear. Apart from my hat, which I just cannot afford to upgrade.
Just curious here.
Esmir, do you want to complete that trade, please?
So yeah, did you see that thing about EVs and fires?
Oh, okay.
Like how in the 1980s, fire services would go out, you need about 500 gallons to put a car out. In the 1990s, it was 1,000 gallons because of all the stuff furnished in there. Then it was like 2,000 gallons, and now they just roll up and douse the air, stop the fire from spreading, just let the car burn out.
What's out of curiosity, how does that compare off against petrol fire? I mean, I've no idea, obviously, what a petrol fire uses in gallons. I've no point.
Just generally talk about how, just generally, water needed on a car It has done it over years and years and years. But a lot of the EVs burn so hot, 'cause the batteries burn so hot that they can't actually put them out.
Wait, you need invite? You do. But like you said, they use 1,000 gallons. But what does a petrol car need?
So this was back in the time. Talk about like in the 80s with like, petrol cars. It was literally 500 gallons. Then in the 90s it was 1,000 gallons.
Gotcha.
And then by the 2000s it was 2,000 gallons.
Just bigger fuel tanks, I guess.
No, it's just, they just had car constructions. It's all everything's now much softer, and there's more fabrics used, and you know.
Yeah, I think possibly we could have done that if we had focused a little bit more on the auras. So, I mean, Esme, I wasn't sure. You obviously put them down. Did we have auras on all of the...
Just two.
Just two. Let me rephrase that. Did we have auras on the one that died?
No.
Aha. So should we try that again with auras? And I will stick on my apprentice.
Rob, are you even alive?
Me? No, I mean, I'll stick on my...
Check the trade window.
What?
Trade window.
What's the button for it?
I don't know. Just press escape and it's there.
No. What?
Is it?
As if you pick somebody, yeah. Pick me.
Oh, so look at you and press trade.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just does be within my range.
Yeah, Rob, you press escape to mention trade windows.
No.
Look at Brian. Go look at Max Realism.
Press escape.
No, just go and look at him. Just go and look at him until you get the little pop-up window.
Yeah, no. No pop-up window. What are you talking about? Pop-up window?
Are you possibly trading with some... Wait, what does it say when you look at him?
It says Dr. Realism, Max Realism.
Right, and underneath that...
Underneath that is the floor.
And okay, go closer. Look, put your... That's it.
Press escape.
Okay, right, hello.
Sorry, everyone. Rob's only just got his first PC, so...
I'm not sure quite what that is.
Boy, no more picking on Dim.
So we're going to go in, we're going to do auras then, and see if we can do better. It was good mana, and it was good XP, I think, so... And we're not on hardcore, so bear that in mind too. So that doesn't mean die willingly, but, you know, try not to die. So if we're all ready...
It is a good day to die.
You just wanted to give me a bunch of mana. That's very generous.
Yeah, level your shit, man.
Yeah, just quickly, well, in Rob's case... I mean, unfortunately, Rob, you are... I mean, it's the nicest way. Actually, no. Yeah, Rob, in your case, you're there just to upgrade stuff. Don't bother DPSing, just upgrade stuff.
Wow. Missing bits of gear.
Wait, Rob's missing gear?
Yeah, he doesn't have a breast BP, he doesn't have an accessory.
Wait.
What?
What?
What the hell?
What are you talking about? He's got accessory, mask, and bracers, and a shield.
I've lost.
Not the top left one.
Yes, he does.
Can I have a chest plate?
Weird, it's not showing up online.
Wait, hold on.
My glitch.
Sorry, I looked at my own character, not his. You need a leather chest piece, as do we all.
I had a leather chest piece.
Well, did you eat it? Leather.
He doesn't. He needs an ornament.
Yeah. So I was looking at my own characters. So let's just move on. There you go, Rob. Oh shit! What button did I press? God damn it! Rob, I'm going to drop some stuff for you.
pockets aren't endless, you know.
Leather. Oh, there you go. Did you get that? I've dropped you a weapon and a leather chest piece.
I have a better leather chest piece than that.
Right, but that's better than one you've got now, which is you're not wearing a chest piece right now.
I am wearing a chest piece. I found one in my box.
At least we're all... Oh look, you got a bonus! Way, nice one.
I hit the bonus anyway. If you're not wearing it, it doesn't negate your bonus. So you need a feather
Or a brooch.
Have I got any?
Something that goes in there. That slot.
I picked one up on the last level.
Yeah. Rob, you have to level it up to 1 before maximum, then hit what do you call it? Invest all.
Rob, I've dropped a feather for you. That's better than it sounds, though.
Where's the feather?
It's outside. The only place I'm allowed to drop stuff, so... Literally here.
I'm just seeing. No.
No, what?
There isn't a feather there. Pointing at the red carpet.
Can everybody else see the feather?
Yes.
Would you want to try again,
It's
Rob?
green for me.
I can't see it.
I'm literally jumping up and down on it.
Let me try
I can
again.
see it on the stream.
Try trading it. Try trading it.
It's alright. He can say it can straight. Let me try dropping it again. Right, I've dropped it again. Okay, let me sell this tower because that's
better.
Okay. What does he get instead of a shield? What does an apprentice get there? Or do you not get anything?
Damn, that's good skill.
I don't know what slot that is. I don't know what slot that's referred to as. I just call it the bottom right slot, which is obviously not right. Oh, I don't have anything on this character either, so I'm guessing we don't get anything. Right, so Rob, you're not naked anymore, right? Awesome. Let us know when you've leveled up your stuff, and then we will go and do some more pew the pew. And I'll stand over here so I don't have to hear the bouncer blockades. Not bouncer blockades. Bowling ball towers. Wait on you, Rob. You done? Wuss?
Nearly.
If you want to invest levels quickly, hit shift and click.
Control and click is like 100 levels, I think.
Oh wow.
Right, let's hit it. Oh, hold on. Yeah, upgrade mine to
Let's go! No, wait.
You can do it in game, but you have to wait for the second level.
Don't forget to upgrade your giraffe as well. Yes, okay.
pretty much off is very slow for some reason. Lots of animations.
Have you had to, Chris? Have you had to go outside? And have you been wearing a mask? He's gone. We've lost him.
Sorry?
I said, have you been going outside and have you worn a mask?
I do have masks in the house, and no, I've been outside all week. I've been outside in about 2 weeks now.
I had to take the cat to the vet, so I had to see the vet, but it was all completely socially distanced. They came out to the car and they took the cat away, and then I did my whole consultation by phone, but took a mask, because on the the tiny possibility I've got it, I didn't want to go giving it to the vet and then them giving it to people all day long. I would feel terrible. Rob, you should pick your giraffe up. You chucked it on the floor. You chucked it on the floor.
Where is it?
Can you not say add on? I'll drop it again. I suspect it might be all of these towers going off.
It's not there.
Yeah, add on.
I don't know how I dropped it.
I don't. Well, you press that. There you go.
I was pressing the upgrade button.
Can you see it?
No, it's not there.
Let me trade with you then. Item box. Add to trade. The controls are a bit clunky on the pad. And how do I finalize the trade? View trade status. Confirm. There you go.
Right.
Got it now?
No.
All done? Ready?
No, let me put it in my...
Oh, why didn't you just press equip rather than pick up? Oh, no, because you were trading. Never mind.
I'm trading.
Ready, Rob?
Ready.
So, I ain't DPSing. I'm going to get all my towers up. Bear this in mind when you all go and assume that I'm filling in for you because I'm not. Mana, max mana. I'm so confused how some of my towers even got hit. But I'll try and place them in rows for Baka to buff them.
Well, ogres, that green blob, the ogre's fire. What happens to that?
Well, if you're standing so you're between the ogres and the towers, they'll miss you and they'll hit them. No, as far as I know, slow aura is only movement speed. It doesn't affect the damage. I don't really think we've got the DU to spend, to be quite honest. Much as I might like to.
Whose character is Bob? Level 16.
It's me. I figured I'd just go a few levels in the first wave.
Esmir does rather outclass you. What does the electric tower actually do, though?
Oh, I'm not going to do anything.
Esmir, how many DUs? No, come on, 5 DU for 32,000 DPS. That's awful.
30,000 when it's fully upgraded with the buff beams, 183,000.
Still less than either of my apprentice towers. That's equivalent to, well, I guess a fireball tower. I think the lightning tower would outclass that for the 3 that you would build. I will make sure I cover it. Don't worry. I will. I am. That's my goal. Because that's why I've always thought the monks are shit. It's not because of the support towers. It's because of the primary towers. Yeah, the DPSing ones.
Now here's a question, but are yours hitting everything?
What? My lightning tower? Everything that's not electric immune, yes. Well, I'd hope so. The good thing about the lightning towers, of course, it does tend to wander off and just hit things you didn't even know were existed yet. So my magic blockades are sacrificial. I do not care if I lose them, particularly they're just there, so we and then I guess it's all down to Esmir. So Max, it's probably best if you take the crystal down by the steps. I mean, where you are now, where you're standing there, by the way, if an ogre fires at you, admittedly, he will just hit the towers. But if you take that crystal,
this one.
yeah, you take that one. can you take the one on the cliffs primarily? And I will over defend the one at the far, because we don't have much of those defences right now. Because we're losing towers because you guys are so far from the from them. By the time you can go, oh shit, I need to. Oh fuck. Well, we got backer on the cliffs. I think we're okay for the first wave. I will stand here and suckle on Backer's mana teat.
We'll have mana teat too, by the way, if anybody needs mana.
Esmir will want mana.
Okay.
I can stand up here as well.
Which one?
I think it's this one here, the one by me. They're coming through the path they don't normally come through.
I haven't got enough defences there. Backer, run down the opposite side the way you came up. I didn't get a chance. Not much comes down there anyway, I just didn't have enough chance. Now there's some at the top one, of course. It's alright, you've all got tons of mana now. It's easy. Mana? Wow, wait, where's Max? Ooh. Right, what do we... Holy shit, okay. So Esmir, hopefully Esmir's got enough to get all her blockers up this time, because we didn't have blockers here, so we lost all of it.
I was still running off of what little I had.
Max, we're not a DU cap, don't upgrade. Esmir needs to build 100 DUs worth of 100 and something DUs worth of minions. I've only got 300 mana.
I've got 1500 mana if anyone wants it.
Me and Esmir would like that.
Well, I dropped my mana and then I picked like Max's instead, so that doesn't help.
I do like there's no elegant way of giving people mana, you just kind of just fling it out. Okay, we've got buff beams and we've got... That should slow them down.
That was the way your salary was paid. Your boss just walks past and throws it on the floor.
I used to work at a place like that.
"20 seconds.
Again, I am not going to be switching off this character for a number of waves, so you guys are still on response point.
Thank you. Let me go ahead and pick that up. Somebody.
I'll carry it for you. I can't carry it for you because... Oh, there we go.
Help over here, please. The archers are about to go down.
Over the far.
Hey, it's down. We're all good. Is this level supposed to be done by one tower builder and 6 DPSs all running around or something? I didn't really know what died then. Like where? Okay. The archers too.
Why does my weapon spawn above me when I respawn?
Happiness.
What?
I'm just guessing. Was I right?
I don't think that makes any sense, then no.
I lost the DST somewhere, but I don't know where, so I can't replace it. Baka, did you get to buff the row of 4 or 3 DSTs? Could you pretty please put one of your lovely buff beams just there? Ah, you only I don't know, I think I can sell a crap tower. I'm trying to find a tower I can sell. Yeah, there we go. There you go, should have enough now. 1 DU left. Well, I'm just going to put a magic blockade tower. I'll put it at the bottom of that staircase. 10 seconds. Places, people, places.
Once more, good feeling.
Wow, my mana bomb's doing over 1 million damage. Ogre here. Ogre's been dropped off. Never mind, he decided to go for all the... no one, he's down. Wow, Esme... oh, no, Max is gone. It's quite hard to have a tower defense game where mobs can just spawn pretty much anywhere. Like, spiders and flying ogres essentially just spawn randomly.
Irritatingly, yes.
Well, I mean, this is the hardest difficulty. I would like an easy difficulty that gives loads of mana. Maybe, super, I can't think of it. Thing. So we are at DU cap, so make sure you get all the buff beams upgraded wherever you can. I mean, Rebel, unless you're feeling you're being particularly useful on your summoner, feel free to go on your DPSer.
No, I'm just soaking up levels and I'm upgrading. One good thing about it is I can Becca can drop mana and I can then go into tutorial and just upgrade towers anywhere.
True that. Hello, cat.
Which is basically what we've been doing.
So the status on Cephas's health, he has still yet to pass the 2 foot of feces he has been storing it up. And I have been giving him laxatives. I will get a photo if it all happens excitingly.
No, we can do without that, thank you.
Please don't.
You're right, I'll put it on Facebook and I'll just tag Chris.
It's better having to see one every morning from my cat.
It's actually quite funny. Like, genuinely, Cephas's poos are 4 times the size of Dora's. Like, they're both pretty much fully grown now, and it's actually quite funny. I think he said there's someone at the door. I could hear his weird ass doorbell going off.
We have an ogre on the cliff.
Yeah, Bacca's gone to the doorbell, unfortunately. Max, can you get up on the cliff?
Roger.
Actually, it's not too bad. It is going for the lightning tower for reasons of... Oh, someone's got a portal gun up. Oh, they've just used it again.
I do. I got out my hunter, and apparently it has a portal gun right now.
Yeah, you get given a portal gun free if you own, portal.
I do.
Hey, we didn't lose anything. My God. Look at us.
Where should I put my points in my hunter then?
In your hunter, player damage almost entirely. You want to get up to 100 player speed. That's very important, but I mean, it does anything above 100 doesn't count. So I'm at 481 and I have invested 0 points into it. That's an important one to level. Other than that, pretty much all of it in player damage. And a good gun.
So here's one for the tinfoil hatters. Well, not necessarily tinfoil hatters. A bit wrong. And now we've got Half-Life Alex. Do we think we're going to get a VR Portal game?
Yes, please. I mean, do you remember that Valve released a port of Portal for VR? Remember that?
No.
So there is a port of Portal for VR. No.
I mean, like proper.
No, it's it is. Yeah, but you can play all of Portal in VR. Only, they never supported it. They never patched it, and the portals only appeared in the left eye. A lot of people made a lot of song and dance about this, and I'm like, it's broken. It doesn't work. You've obviously just read the press release and not fucking played it. Half-Life 2, they did a VR port, and they've just, fuck me, they've just never touched it again. Valve are worse than Google for just dropping stuff they've lost interest in.
Games in general.
No commercial pressure to make games, unfortunately. Oh, fuck. Max, over in your usual spot, we're about to lose loads of archers. Fucking hell. Wait, I thought we were going to have auras. We've got auras on the crystals, not the... I guess we could pull that defensive point all the way back. Ogres are only at 6 million health, by the way. They're about 16 million on the last wave.
I can pull all that stuff back.
No, I mean, I can pull...
If it means getting a buff beam inside of the aura, that would be amazing.
Wait, do we not have a buff beam? We have a buff beam inside this aura.
Not inside the cliff. So the cliff aura is only reducing enemy strength to 36% instead of the, what is it, 24?
I'm afraid I was actually just moving a different cluster of turrets in a different direction.
Wow, I think I actually just leveled up from 30 to 70.
This isn't even a good level to superpower level characters, but I mean, I just leveled, which is great.
It's good now because I can actually carry some of my weapons.
Right, we lost a buff beam, I don't know where.
Everything's level 74.
Yeah, see this bit, I was considering pulling this entire bit back, but it won't go inside the buff beam. That way. Tower. This is quite weak, that direction. Baka, are you back from your doorbell?
Are you back?
Well, that's where we lost a buff beam, I'm pretty sure.
Where, sorry?
Where you were talking about, because they just plowed through the archers.
No, well, did the archers have their own buff beam? In which case, that's what was missing. Shit! 6, 5, 4, 3. This is going to be no. No! Let me press the button, you piece of shit! Right, I'm out. Not out, I'm just... Didn't let me switch character.
Also, I didn't say, oh, I'll leave you on the current one, it just dropped you into limbo.
No, I just couldn't do anything. Where am I?
Over on the cliffs.
I would say I'm on my way, but I'm on the wrong character.
I'm in the road on the cliffs. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, people can get the cliffs.
Yeah, Max, you're going to want to stay in the cliffs then. That's... Ignore that, was just a wyvern. Those lightning towers are so OP. Okay, we lost 5 DU again, but I don't know where.
I think it's at the bottom.
That's the same place.
So it was the Archer's buff beam. God, I didn't get a chance to upgrade it, I had to run off. Yeah. Backer, can we get this Archer's buff beam? And we'll get it up, fully upgraded this time. Where? I can't see him on the map. Oh, because he's right next to me. 25 seconds. Okay, that's it. Run out of mana.
What's the mana? Got loads of it.
Okay, Max, if you stay up on the cliff then, because that does look like that's our weak spot.
Roger.
Does the portal gun actually do any damage, by the way?
No, it just opens portals. But I don't have any other weapon. I haven't found one.
Well, if you'd said something, I would have dropped you a level that a gun that you can equip. So I will do that on the next one.
Twice.
I have loads of good guns.
Well, I'm going to ding by the end of this round, so then I can just pick one of the ones that's off the floor.
Oh yeah,
I mean, everything on the floor is level 74, and I'm
that is
72.
correct. But I've got yeah, okay, and I've got some half decent ones. Okay, where was that? Is that the same place again?
Well, a second.
The game just goes silent. It's so broken, the audio balancing for this bit.
Apparently, I'm dead.
Yeah, there are latency issues on this map 'cause it spawns too many mobs in too small a period of time.
Oh, there we go.
Can we get something at the lower crystal, please?
I wonder if towers can fire through portals.
Help. Okay, they're down.
Some latency issues. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la.
Well, I think it is better than it was. It was just unplayable, like completely unplayable. I think now it's just somewhat unplayable. So that's definitely an improvement. But yeah, it's genuinely using 5k a second right now, so I have a feeling it might be psychosomatic, the actual improvement that we had. Oh no, I think you're at 13k a second. Okay, yeah, that is definitely better than it was. I will definitely upgrade those numbers further for next time then. Oh shit, so we lost... Okay, I don't know what we lost, so we don't have long.
There's a whole bunch of stuff over by this crystal.
Right, I can either build, or I can DPS during the wave. I ain't gonna get a chance to do both.
Definitely build.
Okay.
I'm starting to think that this is a really bad location for the archers, considering that we had to rebuild it, what, 3-4 times that.
Yeah.
But nothing got through.
That's all I was spending my mana on, was just rebuilding the archers.
Can I get mana? I need mana.
Yep,
I have
to me.
nothing. No, you to... Oh, did you drop it already?
No, where are you? I thought you were going to spend it here anyway.
No, I'm going to pull back.
That's why I started to build archers on the bridges.
On the bridges, yeah.
To sort of block them.
I think a better plan is right back here, because my DSTs, they're just ridiculous range.
Do you need any mana?
No, thank you. Oh, you didn't switch your weapon, Rob?
No. Still need one more level unless you want to give me a weapon.
I can't now. I'm honestly not feeling very confident.
Your lack of pants disturbs me.
Oh, shit, my camera on again.
Oh, I died. I think I died.
You did.
Just taking its time to show me that I died.
Just take back as a break. Just shoot even when there's no mobs there, and hopefully the game will think you're hitting something.
Luckily, I can respawn. I think.
You can, but it's 30 seconds.
Ooh, hasn't started the time for me yet.
Sorry, I just got killed by an invisible.
Oh wow, 2 of them are getting attacked.
It's alright, I just did a this one's fine, I just did a mana bomb. Which was the other one? Was it Ogre in the cliff? 2 ogres on the cliff. Oh, bunches are coming up the cliff. Wyverns, oh god, this is just all horrible. The DSTs are missing like anything.
Cliffside defences entirely.
So my gun doesn't seem to be firing. It's not animating the firing. Oh no, it's something of it. Yeah.
So all we have to worry about is the cliff. I think everything else looks like it is just about holding its own. There's a mob literally. Okay. It's alright, we're good. Just don't lose anything now. We're fine. I mean, obviously.
As an ogre suddenly shows up at the forge.
Yay!
4 mythicals. No trans. Motherfuckers. Remember, Rob, when you're looking at possible upgrades to your gear, they have to be of the same type.
Shaggy, good leather.
Giggity. Rob, I'll give you a grenade launcher. In fact, hold on. I'm standing in front of a mythical grenade launcher with 166 upgrade levels. Would actually be rather good. When upgrade, literally this to your left.
Oh, that one just there.
Yeah, that looks really good. Equip it.
Trying to make sure I'm picking up the right thing.
I don't mind if you pick up something else. No one else will mind either.
I'll mind, because I'll never find stuff in my inventory.
You can make folders in your inventory.
I don't want more stuff.
It's amazing to sort the stuff.
That's a game in itself.
It's not a good game in itself, but it is.
It really
it is a game in
is a
itself.
game in and of itself.
I always wanted to do a game that it was just about keeping your inventory sorted. Like a little bit like Tetris or something.
Be fun.
No. So that's the
Sokoban.
gaming. I don't know.
Or
That.
warehouse keeper, it's known as. It's not inventory. It's just moving blocks around the screen.
Wait, is Sokoban what? Holy shit! I did, dude. Seriously. So, one of my favourite games of all time is called Storage Inc. I did not realise it was a remake of Sokoban. I am genuinely working on apparently a Sokoban clone, I've just realised.
Cool.
Just looking at the waves. I'm still amazed that I'm still pulling in quadruple the kills of Esmia's archers. Your archers are just lethal, and they're 360 degrees. That lightning tower is just unbelievable. Lightning tower, 3,000 kills. Deadly striker tower, 600 kills. Archers, 900 kills.
Baka, how many kills?
Reflection beam, 2 kills. Yeah, so once my train game is done, my next game is going to be a very simple, networkable game that will also push onto console. I've got beginnings of a Steam integration system, and I'm tired of not being able to write network games. So that's my next. So finish Nomancer is my primary goal, then ship a game to consoles. then ship a network game, then ship No Mancer to Switch, PS4 and Xbox, and then Fortress Craft 2. That's my next year. If you're interested, please follow me at patreon.com/FortressCraft. Actually, I'm not sure if that is my Patreon address.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
With the patrons, amazing how much mentioning my Patreon genuinely causes it to grow.
You are quite lucky that is actually a Patreon address.
Yes.
When are we getting it? Trevor.
All I had was something about Trevor, then I'm sorry.
Everyone loves Magical Trevor.
Forever.
Have you seen the fourth one? One that came out recently?
No. Everyone loves coronavirus.
Because it kills off all the people you don't like.
No, it's something. There's something, but it lives inside us. I can... 35 billion mana was not bad, but not brilliant. We were getting 500 million on some of the.
Right, well, it's gone midnight for me. I need to go to bed.
Yes.
I was just about to say exactly. No, I was saying them. The next generation tactics forever.
I still have to ship the current generation tactics forever. Just for you go. I mean, there's one thing stopping us shipping tactics forever, and it's quite simple. I need someone to push it. If we ship the game, it won't sell. We need a YouTuber of some description to push the game out, to play it, to talk about it. If it's not marketed, it won't sell. So that's what's. So I actually looked at it within the last week. Oh man, Rob, your company finally went bust. I was even trying to keep them alive and everything.
How did it go bust? I was actually positive, making money.
I don't know. They're just not there anymore.
Right.
Did you make sure that the ships were being auto-renewed?
I replaced all his ships with hovercraft.
But were they being auto-renewed?
I don't know. That's a client
If
setting.
they weren't, then yeah,
I renewed them fairly recently, though. Yeah, Chris. If you know anyone in mind, let me know.
Were they full of eels?
Wow. So everyone.
Oh, that
the first verified high-profile streamer I know of.
I am.
Well, not that I know of, but I know.
Well, as I said, I need someone who's enthusiastic about the game and who wants to basically work with me, pushing the game and playing the game, and that's something we've been trying to sort out for quite a while, and it's not easy, unfortunately.
What happened with your hovercrafts?
Nothing. They just stopped hovering.
Sorry, allow me. They were full of eels.
Yes.
Oh no, we lost an oil rig.
Chris, that's interesting thing. Like, I just did a quick Google, and the interesting thing is that gasoline-powered cars per mile are 11 times more likely to catch fire. So that's interesting, because obviously you end up dividing it down. But yeah, I do know that lithium fires can be absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, it's just the he teaches firefighters. He's brother-in-law. There's actually a whole car electrification thing business he runs. He has a private fire engine.
Oh.
Jaws of life and stuff on the back. He goes out and does training courses. Because it's semi-privatized. It's really weird. It's an American thing.
Right, I'm just going to sleep. Thanks, guys.
Welcome.
Catch you another night.
Okay. Yeah, Chris, Taxi Driver is actually on Steam. I mean, it's on, and I've tested it recently, and it all works. So there's a lot of UI stuff.
There was nothing on. There was a ships or anything like that. Really.
Yeah, I mean, I've got like all fluid, so when you fire, it fires like little streaks that all the missiles push out. It looks great, and it's a good game. It just needs. I need a publisher. I need a publicist. I need a marketer. You know.
You need someone to finish the trailer for No Mancer so it can be sent to publisher.
Well, as of 4 hours ago, I mean, I don't know why you're asking me. You're in the same chat. Todd started to export it at 8 o'clock. That's about 4 hours ago.
What does that mean?
I'm feeding Bunning Pool. That city is absolutely massive.
What happened with Dunning Pool is Rob was dealing with it with his ships, and no one hemmed it in.
How did he go bust then?
I don't know. I mean, all I know is he's just not in the game. That's all I know.
He created the largest city and went bust. This is insane.
Yeah, 35,000 people. That is crazy. But yeah, the problem is like one of the ones Schalke did. He's just hemmed the whole city in. Yeah, if you look at Drenfingfield, the city can't grow. So he's completely said it, and I have been popping on people's companies and just fixing various bits and bobs. But he's obviously not logged back on because it's all electrified.
Still going?
No. I didn't know what you said, Rob. Oh shit, Schalke's at -5 million, so Schalke's screwed too.
I had so much more hope for Drenfingfield too. I built that massive airport out there thinking, oh, this city's going to grow.
I thought you had to build multiple stations to get a city to grow.
No, to grow at full speed, you do.
Ah, okay. Because I used to put a bus network in just to get the number of stations up.
Yes, a 5 is what you have to hit for the maximum.
That.
Dude, you are such awful audio quality. I'm hearing just echo. I've never heard and it's just all echoey and cutting out.
I was giving my opinion of what you're playing.
Oh, damn it. I installed the latest version of OpenTTD, and I've got a version mismatch.
Oh.
Because I'm on 1.10.2, not 1.10.1. Brilliant.
I'm surprised it doesn't effectively just keep the old versions in RAM anyway.
Are you going to be playing this for a while?
No, I'm going to bed. Why? Unless it's something important.
Can I upgrade your
wanted to talk to you about something.
No, I will stop the stream anyway because I was just curious. So, thank you for coming along, guys, and we will see you all tomorrow for